Have spread to the desert. Under the eyes of the McDowell Mountains, we welcome you to Scottsdale. 11,000 of our closest friends packing into Salt River Fields to see the Arizona debut of the Firefighters and the Texas Tailgaters. Both teams coming off of record-breaking weekends. Now they turn the heat up in one of the hottest states in the union as the spotlight of the Banana Ball Open standings brightens up as well. Trick plays and runs galore 1 week ago. Now we wait with bated breath to see the follow-up between these two teams. It's the Firefighters, it's the Texas Tailgaters, and it's right here, right now in Scottsdale, Arizona. And with that, we welcome you inside the Dispatch Center here at Salt River Fields. It's the hottest cowboy in Banana Land, Brett Loftus. I'm Zach Staten. Brett, these two teams coming off historic performances last weekend. Tailgaters on defense, Firefighters on offense. Yeah, Tailgaters are part of that game with the party animals. We'll take a look at in a couple moments. 32 combined trick plays. Most trick plays combined ever in a single Banana Ball game. Your boys, though, most combined runs and most runs from a team. 2 of them last Sunday in Montgomery. I mean, it was an offensive onslaught led by Caden Peanut Green, who had 6 ribbies, bunch of trick plays. Just an amazing game. And now we get to see those two teams who shattered a couple records last weekend take part in the first Banana Ball game that they'll be participants in. We won't be seeing that yellow, black, and pink tonight. It's Firefighters Tailgaters here in Scottsdale. We saw some of the most unique performances last weekend. Here is one of the most unique ballparks we will find here on the World Tour. It's Salt River Fields. The story of this stadium is incredible. It is the spring training home site for the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies. But this place has so much of a story. First of all, it is the first ever spring training facility built on Native American grounds. In fact, it was given permission here by the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community, partnered with the Arizona Diamondbacks and, of course, the Rockies, to open the award-winning facilities back in 2011. This place has culture written all over it. Just a few steps from the Talking Stick Resort. Brett, this is an awesome place to watch a baseball game, and tonight it'll be an awesome place to watch a Banana Ball game. Yeah, now you can see it on your screen. 15, I think the bottom line there, the record-breaking, 15 spring training attendance records. As we mentioned, first of its kind to be built on tribal land, an MLB spring training facility. And then, again, this ballpark built 15 years ago, or opened, I should say, 15 years ago. It's one of the most modern facilities I think we've ever been blessed to be a part of, and Banana Ball's ever gotten to be a part of. Again, we get to go to all these big league stadiums, these football stadiums. They're awesome, but when you get to go to an environment that's so intimate, you mentioned 11,000 people, capacity can reach up to 14,000 here if they open that berm all the way up. It's an intimate place, it's modern, it's a special place here in Arizona, and we get to see those mountains you can see in the top of the background of your screen. It's an amazing place to play some Banana Ball. We are surrounded by mountains, both what they call the superstitious mountains here in Arizona. Those are the McDowell Mountains that you see behind you. We've got Camelback Mountain just a couple miles down the road. It is truly one of the most scenic environments that we will have here in Banana Ball. The Texas Tailgaters have just come on the field. The Firefighters are about to do the same. Let's head down to the field and meet the hottest team in sports.
Scottsdale, Arizona! It's time to get on your feet for the 2026 Firefighters!
Literal fire and flames are shooting out of the ground here in Arizona. We are just a few minutes away from the Firefighters and Texas Tailgaters getting things underway, and there's a great story with both of these teams here tonight, Brett Loftus. Brian Trapaniier, now a hurler for the Firefighters, but his path to get here was anything but smooth.
Yeah, incredible stuff, man. Like you said, last year, made his rookie debut, was a visitor in 24, but his true rookie season last year in 2025 with the boys in blue and orange. Then he was working in the warehouse in Savannah, the banana ball warehouse in the offseason. But how did he find his way on the Firefighters? Michael Schwartz, talk to us.
Trapaniier puts on the fire and flames and steps onto the mound for the Firefighters.
5 weeks before Brian Trapaniier did this.
And how about that?
He was doing this, stacking boxes in the Savannah Bananas merchandise warehouse.
I definitely gained a lot of respect for the people in that warehouse because as a player, you don't really see all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So being able to kind of see all that stuff and, you know, push out the merch for all these games and getting ready, it's definitely an eye-opener.
In 2024, BK, as he's known as, was on the Visitors, then signed with the Texas Tailgaters last season.
Draft happened this year, didn't get picked up, and then now we're here.
So BK went to go help coach at a local high school to stay in the game, but he wanted to be around banana ball. So he began in the merchandise warehouse the first week of February.
I think I was on the job for 3 weeks.
That's when BK got the call that dispatched him to the Firefighters, making his first appearance at the beginning of March to a sold-out crowd in Little Rock, Arkansas.
BK gets JB to strike out.
BK came in hot, but stayed cool thanks to the help of his teammate Zach Phillips, who gave him some advice on the flight to Arkansas.
And last year I kind of got sped up a good bit, and we were talking about that, and he was like, hey, I golf with a pro guy, and he was like, just wiggle your toes. It'll relax the mind, take your mind off what you're doing, and help you lock in. Just wiggle the toes in a 2-0 count, and the next thing you know, I get a ground ball to shortstop.
Was Arkansas a confidence boost for you?
Oh, absolutely. I think I came in with a chip on my shoulder, but you know, I'm just here to be with the guys and help them out in the best way I can.
What an absolutely cool story.
Yeah, a cool story and an inspiring lesson to never count yourself out, even in a warehouse off the diamond.
Being able to play the game I love again, and you know, just be able to put on a show for the fans, it meant the world to me.
And hey, keep wiggling your toes. Michael Schwartz.
What a story Brian Trapaniier has here in Banana Ball and in the fire department. What a story last week for the Firefighters. Even in a loss in Game 1 against the Indianapolis Clowns, there were some doozies, including Noah Bridges coming up to bat in a Dalmatian costume and showing that dog in his soul with a 2-run shot to walk off the second inning, beat Fisher Polydoroff in the frame. And then they were down 4-0 in the 7th inning, scored 5 runs in the bottom half of it to somehow win the point, go up 3-2. And then the 3rd inning of Game 2 Sunday, they unleash absolute chaos on the Clowns. 9 runs in 1 inning. That is the most the Firefighters have ever put up in 1 half frame. But they had to really sweat it out against the Clowns down the stretch. But not because of their offensive production. They put up 22 runs in the game. That is by far a banana ball record. Smashed the previous one by 3 runs. The Firefighters last year had a lot of issues bringing home runs on base. They did not last week. 32 combined runs on the weekend. The Firefighters were incredible. And now you look at what they talk about coming into this game. It's very simple. Peanut Power's real, folks. This guy leads the Firefighters in 7 offensive categories. And he's really good on the trick play column as well. What can Peanut not do? The other guy to mention is Lamar Sparks. He's just his 8th game into his banana ball career. He's on a 5-game hitting streak. He's up to 350 in the average, and he hit his first bizom. They took my language literally. They hit his first home run last week, and it broke the scoreboard in Montgomery. And then, look, they've won 3 games. It's very good. They're close to being 500 for the first time, but they've played with fire. All 3 of their wins, 2 points or less. And by the way, if it was less than 1 point, it means they wouldn't have won. So they are really playing with fire, but they somehow find ways to get things going. Brett, I suspect that last line is not going to change tonight because these 2 teams are so similar.
Yeah, 3 and 4 Firefighters to the 4 and 3 Tailgaters. Let's take a look at the weekend that the boys in blue and orange had last weekend. Indiana Stanley, top of the 3rd, a 3-run shot off a 7-7-7 Garrett Delano. He just absolutely tears up the boys in black and pink. That was his first home run he hit last Friday night in Sacramento. And then Kmart, welcome to the action, as he was able to get that trick play. This was one of the coolest plays I think we've seen all weekend. A little 6-4-3 action. Sunshine got taken out there at second, not able to quite get it in first. A little frozen pizza there from Chris Clark. Indy mixing in a trick play. Sunshine 2 for 4 now on the unicycle this year. Has never struck out while hitting on the unicycle as Jonathan Sunshine Looters. You're up 1-0, end up winning that ball game last Saturday afternoon in Sacramento, going 1-1 on the weekend, putting you over 500. The Tailgaters, show it to me. Yes, Texas size trickery. Texas Tailgaters, man, second in the league in trick plays. Jonathan Sunshine Looters entering the weekend was first in the league in individual trick plays. DR Meadows passed him last night, now leading that category 18-16 over Sunshine. What about Brother, man? Brother goes boom. 3 dingers so far this year for Jose Brother Gonzalez, leading the league, still even with the Clowns and Bananas game last night. And then, hey man, you can have your best laid plan, doesn't always work. Well, the best laid pitching plan has exactly worked to perfection this year for the Texas Tailgaters. They are second in the league in team ERA. Over the last 4 games, nobody has even sniffed the team ERA. 3.87 ERA over the last 4 games in a sport where the league average ERA is a 6.74. So things have been going really, really well. And hey, to tie it all together, Zach Staten, Firefighters, Bananas, Texas Tailgaters, over the last 4 games, best 3 teams in Banana Ball, all 3-1 in the last 4. So we're in for quite the treat here in Arizona.
Charlie, what, the middle children here of Banana Ball, that's the Texas Tailgaters and the Firefighters. They're so evenly matched, but you can tell there's improvement. We will see that here tonight in just a few minutes from Scottsdale, Arizona. But until then, let's learn the rules of Banana Ball with the Firefighters.
Or a 2-hour time limit.
Good.
Unless
Rule number 3, it goes into a one-on-one showdown tiebreaker. 1 pitcher versus 1 hitter and 1 fielder.
Rule number 4, there is no bunting because, say it with me, bunting! If you bunt, you'll be thrown out of the game. Swing the bat.
Rule number 5, the batter can steal first base.
Rule number 6, there are no walks in Banana Ball. A ball 4 is a sprint. The runner can go as far as they want until all 9 fielders touch the ball.
Rule number 7, batters may not step out of the batter's box. If they do, it's a strike.
Rule number 8, there are no mound visits.
Rule number 9, the Banana Ball challenge rule. Each team will be allowed to challenge 1 umpire call per game. And for the first time in professional sports history, you, the fans, can challenge 1 play in tonight's game.
Rule number 10, the golden batter rule. Once per game, each team can use any hitter in their lineup to hit at any spot.
And finally, rule number 11, the most fans first rule of them all. If anyone in this ballpark catches a foul ball, it will count for an out. And those are the rules of Banana Ball.
Boom, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for a traditional Banana Ball weigh-in. Introducing first, standing at a healthy 2 logs tall, hailing from somewhere deep inside the forest. He is the tree-chewing, dam-building, back-flipping, nature's firefighter. Give it up for Bo the Beaver! Bo officially weighing in at the equivalent of 11,000 chips of lumber. And his opponent, in honor of Southwest Wildfire Awareness Week, we are joined by a true legend of the outdoors. He is a constant presence in our forest, a pop culture icon for over 80 years. He's been reminding generations of one simple truth: only you can prevent wildfires. Please welcome Smokey Bear. Weighing in at 575 pounds of fire-preventing power. All right, gentlemen, I want a clear, clean, and fair fight. 1, 2, 3, go!
Fans, now coming to the plate. He's the biggest of the big, the toughest of the tough, and the baddest of the bad. He has his own fire truck, and he is 4 years old. Give it up for tonight's hero hitter. His name is Hudson. Fans, Hudson has a big job tonight. He has to hit a home run against these mean tailgaters. He's going to need your help to cheer him on. The pitch number 1 is a strike. Fans, this doesn't seem very fair. The Tailgaters pitcher is taunting a 4-year-old. Pitch number 2, strike 2. Fans, this is just not fair. We need some help for old Hudson. Give it up for him. Bo comes in, and he tackles the Tailgate pitcher. Looks like Bo's gonna level this playing field a little bit. He takes the ball and tees it up for our hero hitter. The Tailgaters have no idea what to do. Hudson's just staring them down, intimidating, and he smokes one! The intimidation worked. Hudson's headed to first. The ball goes through the leg. It can't be corralled. Hudson is speeding his way around first. He gives a look back. He's waving bye to the Tailgaters. There is fight, this absolute mayhem, and a diving play. He's safe. Safe in second. The ball's going to third. Mason Maxwell takes him down with a wrestling move. Bo's out there in the scrum. Hudson touches third. He's coming home. Fans cheer him on. He's going to make it. He's coming in hot. He's taking his time. Some style factor. Here we go. Hudson is saved. Fans, give it up for tonight's hero.
Did you guys see Smokey the Bear? Oh my gosh. I mean, we're going to talk Banana Ball Open, and I love the Banana Ball Open, but did y'all see Smokey the Bear? Oh my gosh. Zach Staten, Banana Ball Open, presented by Geico. Top 4 teams make the cut. See the semifinals, 2-game championship series. And then if the series is tied, just like we had in the championship series, we will then go to immediate showdown after game number 2. And the winner does what, Zach Staten?
They walk that thing off and go into the first ever automatic qualifying spot for the Banana Ball postseason. You just saw Dalton Cornett running the bases like he had nothing to lose, because he did have nothing to lose. That's what can happen on a showdown walk-off. So here are the standings, and again, it's presented by Geico here for the Banana Ball Open. You look at the top 4. It's the 4 existing teams before this season for Banana Ball. Right now, the Coconuts just beat the Party Animals, which is a big one for Loco Beach, because they stay in the race. The Clowns really got to do the same thing for the Savannah Bananas tonight, or they're out of it. Right now, if we were to end today, Firefighters still have the tiebreaker over the Coconuts.
Got to give a big shout out to Emma Bates, who runs our graphics back in the truck. She was absolutely hooping. That Party Animals Coconuts game ended like, what, 2 seconds ago?
Yes,
and our standings are already updated there. So as you see here, Tailgaters and Firefighters both sit in a good seat.
Correct. Based
off of that outcome. Tailgaters win tonight, they'll move up to second. Firefighters win tonight, they will then have a full game over Loco Beach, sitting now in the 5th place. So
Correct.
again, that's very big. As it was mentioned, the Savannah Bananas mathematically have already clinched a spot here as well in at number 1. Kaz Egan, get us hyped.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, hotshot smoke shows from around the world. Tonight, you and thousands of your friends here live and millions more watching at home have gathered to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From sparks to sirens, from the station to the stadium, firefighters from across the globe have come together to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the toughest, hottest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime, and no, this is not any other night at the firehouse. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. But make no mistake, when the heat gets too intense, we don't cool off. We run towards the flames. This is a time for all 14,000 people in attendance to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the hottest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
And now the starting lineup for your Firefighters. Leading off at second base, number 55, Tiny Hughes. Batting second, behind the plate, number 3, Dalton Cornett. In the 3-hole, manning the hot corner, number 11, Logan Showtime Lacey. Batting cleanup, at first base, number 4, Eric Jones. In the 5-hole, ranging center field, number 30, Armando Becerra. Batting sixth, the hot shot at shortstop, number 2, Caden Peanut Green. In the 7th slot, the designated hitter, number 0, Lamar Sparks. In the 8-hole, ranging right field, number 10, Darian McDowell. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, number 24, Dakota D-Mac McFadden. And the decky, ranging left field, number 9, Noah Bridges. And the fireballer on the mound, tonight's starting pitcher, number 42, Bradford Webb. The Firefighters are led by Battalion Chief Val Perez, Captain Corey Pye, and Lieutenant Drew Iniesta.
The name of the game is Banana Ball, and this is the fastest, most entertaining game in sports. Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. If you score the most runs in an inning, you get a point. The most points
wins the game. If the away team has more trick plays going into the final inning, they will earn the equalizer point.
And in the last inning of Banana Ball, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2. There is a 2-hour time limit. No new inning can start when the clock hits 0. Rule number 3, if you step out of the batter's box, it is a strike. Rule number 4, no bunting. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first. Rule number 6, no walks allowed. It becomes a ball 4 sprint until every position player touches the ball. Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, if a fan catches a foul ball, it is an out. In Banana Ball, everything's in play, so you better be ready. Rule number 9, the showdown tiebreaker. If the game is tied at the end of 9 innings, or when time expires, it is pitcher versus hitter with 1 fielder, and the hitter has to score. Rule number 10, the Banana Ball challenge rule. You, the fans, have the opportunity to challenge a ruling on the field. Rule number 11, the golden batter rule. A team can send up any batter to hit in any spot in the lineup. This is guaranteeing the best possible matchup at the end of the game when it matters most. These are the official rules of Banana Ball.
Well, thank you very much, Virtual Jesse, as the national anthem plays here in Scottsdale. We are just about set for the debut of two new teams here in the Cactus State. I think they call it the Cactus State. I don't know. I thought it was the Desert State at first. Apparently it was not. I looked it up like 3 different times. But Arizona, the first two teams to play here, the only two teams to play here, the Bananas and the Party Animals. Arizona was the site of Reese Hampton's inside the park home run to start off the 2025 World Tour on one of the greatest opening numbers you'll ever see in Banana Ball. There were like 25 bananas in the infield, and Reese Hampton said, let me swing away right here. And he did, inside the park home run. The Firefighters and the Tailgaters about set to light them up here. Brett Loftus, Zach Staten, Michael Schwartz down on the sideline. Brett, we talked about it earlier, but this is a massive matchup this weekend for the jockeying position in the Banana Ball Open as fire shoots out.
Wow.
This is the first time Loftus has been around the fire, by the way.
I grew up in the South, man.
I'm talking this fire. I'm talking this fire.
Yeah, I've seen it on TV a couple times. I'm rather perplexed about it being in play. That's going to be fun to see in person tonight. But yeah, man, you mentioned it. 4 and 3 Tailgaters, 3 and 4 Firefighters. Big matchup here when you look at the Banana Ball Championship League standings heading towards the Banana Ball Open. Hey, going into tonight, 4 games left before that for both of these two teams. 2-game series here between these guys, and then the Tailgaters are going to play the Bananas in Chapel Hill in a couple weeks, the Firefighters
in Albuquerque against the Party Animals.
So again, there's 2 huge matchups going into the Open, and obviously already with the losses of the Clowns and the Coconuts, or the Coconuts winning earlier today, this is paramount, this 2-game series for both of these two teams. Let's take a look at how the Firefighters will line them up defensively tonight, Mr. State.
Really no changes to be said. Zach Bridges will be the designated fielder, so Dalton Cornett at the catcher spot, but he will not be behind the dish to start this game out at least. EJ, Logan Lacey at 7 trick plays, but Peanut, told you earlier, he leads them in 7 offensive categories, and he is the absolute man at shortstop. 11 trick plays, but do not short Tiny over at second base. 10 trick plays at a position where very clearly he was supposed to be playing more outfield, but he could play second base, and boy, he has shown his worth in spades here in 2026. Now, the guy in the middle is the Webb man, Bradford Webb, all-star last season in 2025, or really, after a rough start to the World Tour, all he did in the last 2 months was turn himself into an unhittable machine, and he showed that prowess in Little Rock when he went 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, allowed no runs, and picked up the win in a massive one for the Firefighters. Game 1 after starting the year out 0-3. This is a dude that went 6 innings in the World Tour semifinals, 4 strikeouts, 0 runs allowed, was a huge reason why they got to the championship game in 2025. If they're going to continue their streak, they need to get him a little bit better than he was last week in Montgomery.
ERA is a little inflated because of that outing, but he's been very, very strong. I think going back to probably July last year, he's been a top 5 pitcher in our sport.
Yep.
Bradford, though, against the Tailgaters, albeit a small sample size in 2025, Tailgaters teed off on him for a batting average of 400 against Bradford Webb. So let's take a look at that lineup that the Tailgaters will run out here tonight. It's led off by a man who had a couple pops last weekend, seen that earlier in the pregame show. Indiana Stanley manning center field tonight, putting him back at the top of that order. Tailgaters still without Travis Monroe. Kaz Egan.
2-hour Banana Ball time limit. Please help me welcome 4-year-old Gracie. All right, Gracie, here's what we're going to do. Face the camera so everybody can see your beautiful face. Now on the count of 3, myself and 14,000 people in attendance are all going to yell, ring the bell. And when we do, you're going to do just that. Scottsdale, 1, 2, 3, ring the bell!
Great
Showtime!
Job, ringing the bell, and the Firefighters Tailgaters are underway. Brett, talk about that lineup again, because it is vicious.
Yeah, Indiana Stanley, Nick Lopez, Jordan Barth leading us off. Zach Watson back in the lineup tonight. I know a lot of folks have been asking about him. Zach Watson back tonight for the Tailgaters.
So what about it? Indiana Stanley. Rumor has it his bat has still not come down from flipping it on that second home run in Sacktown. He was unbelievable last week, and he can be unbelievable at the plate. Bradford Webb trying to get things started nice, and he does with a strike on the outside corner.
Wow. Choosing Texas by Ella Langley to start the ball game.
You were pumped up to this at 11:30 in the morning.
You know, I'm just like Nick Lopez, man. I'm an Ella fella. I really am. That's what they're out here saying. I'm an Ella fella. I'm always going to choose Texas. I love Arizona. Top 3 stadium we've ever played in, but I'm always going to choose Texas.
Ella fella indeed. Indiana Stanley, franchised by the fans to come back for 2026, and he's going to get sacked down by Bradford Webb.
And that's been the one thing that Indy has struggled with earlier in the year, has been strikeouts. And when you're facing a guy who throws a hammer like Bradford Webb does, just froze him. That was a beautiful change up there from B-Webb to get the first out of the ball game.
10th K going up against Indiana Stanley this season. Now Nick Lopez, the ever dangerous Leisure, coming up to bat. What can he do, Brett Loftus?
He's just continued to do what he did last year when he was an all-star in his rookie campaign. He's tied for first on the team with 8 hits already, hitting .364 with that golden bat, man. The blue mustache. Lope's going to hit close to 400 this year in a league where I think a lot of guys are going to get close to it. He is going to be battling the 400 monster most of the year.
At some point, we'll see him against his former college teammate Johnny Hummel this weekend, you have to suspect. Wonder how that matchup will go after we saw it a couple different times in 2024. By the way, he's stuck with the blue mustache. He can go different colors. Today, sticking with that light blue, swings over strike 2. Bradford Webb, again, last week, gave up a run in the 5th and the 6th, but really kind of limited the damage. And then the 7th, it really kind of came apart against him. Let up 4 runs, taken out in the middle of the frame. So that one outside. Ball 4 sprint potentially on the table. Tonight wants to get off to a little bit of a better start. He's done some getting out of damage in a couple of different frames this year, particularly in Little Rock. Would really like to not do that here in the first inning. And he gets the backwards K. Back-to-back strikeouts for B-Webb to start us off in Scottsdale.
That's another banger from B-Webb. Like you said, back-to-back backwards Ks. That's just a 2-seamer right there at the knees. Great call there by our home plate umpire, Reggie Liggins.
Reggie is a legend. Bunch of the former Bananas, Dakota McFadden, Eric Jones Jr. We're talking about just how much he makes things a little bit calmer at the dish. Right there, sticks right within the 2-seamer. Sends us now to Jordan Barth, one of the new men here in Banana Ball from St. Cloud, Minnesota. This dude can mash, and he can also play third base quite well, Brett Loftus.
Yeah, I mean, 10 trick plays, which is 3rd on the Tailgaters, and then 8 hits already this year, which we mentioned Lope. That's who he's tied for first with on the team. JB, he's talked to me a lot about getting sped up, you know, and a lot of guys say that. A lot of really good ball players, baseball players come to Banana Ball, feel like they get sped up. I think this is a weekend where everything's going to click for Jordan Barth, and right now it is he's in much of a hitter's count at 3-0.
This is one of maybe the most decorated player in Augustana history. He squats down. If he swings at this one, I'll eat my fire helmet. And he won't because it's a ball 4 sprint. So now, if you're new to Banana Ball, all 7 position players must touch the ball before they can get the out. Jordan Barth was halfway to second and then thought better of it. B-Webb catches over to first, and Barth will stay put at first base.
Great play there. Great play there by Bradford Webb. Hardly ever do you see a guy take that big of a round. Nobody ever usually goes and covers first. That's great ball 4 sprint defense, not only from the 7 guys behind Bradford Webb, but also by Bradford Webb himself. And then, welcome to the action, man. 33-year-old Kyle Martin leads Banana Ball right now with 9 ball 4 sprints, only 1 pump. I feel like he's got to have another one coming. Ooh, that one caught him on the hip.
Not right now. It's been plunked by Bradford Webb. Hold on. He seems all right.
There was something. I was expecting him to say something, but
I don't think he was in the mood. Ouchies.
You ever got hit on the calf muscle?
No, but I banged my shin off of some of those shopping carts, and it feels like that. Man, that hurts.
One time I got hit on the back of a calf muscle by a rat trap. Did not feel good.
Ouch.
Yeah.
By a rat trap?
Yep. Macadoodle. What you know about Dak Manford?
Well, he sent one to the fans. Firefighters have not gotten a fan-caught foul ball for them, and they will not hear. That was about as teed up as you could possibly get. They have had 1 fan-caught foul ball at all caught in their games, and that was against them last week against the Indianapolis Clowns.
By the way, I know his name is Mac Danford. I was told by Jordan Barth he is officially now Dak Manford.
Why is that?
Yes, Mr. Randy, I know you're watching.
Out to center field. Armando giving it chase, won't get there, to the track. 1 run will come across. Joe Mikulik will hold up the runner at third. Kyle Martin stays, but it's a 1-0 lead in the frame, and Macadoodle with a celly at second.
You know, nobody over the last 4 games has been hotter than Mac Danford at the dish here for these Tailgaters, and it just persists right there. And now we have a little dance for the boys in blue and orange. Is that Fuego? Ooh! See, because fuego, Zach Staten, let me learn you something. Fuego means fire in Espanol, as my good friend Jose Benitez, Chito, has taught me a couple times. So we figured, hey, we've done fuego plenty enough. We've never done fuego with fire.
I suspect nobody has in Banana Ball, except if like they've spit fire before, which we have seen a couple different times.
I figure we're going to see it again, right?
Well, you would think.
Can we get some more fire?
Pyro Rob has a budget, so I hope the Tailgaters don't waste it.
3, 2, 1. I missed it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, book it. Only 2 shots of fire?
Man, they burned it up.
Wow. Tell you who burned it up. Mac Danford burning Armando Posada there in center field. And then a little Selly out there. Uh-oh, we got something else going to the home plate. Taj, what are you doing? That's Taj Porter. That's Joe Sperone. And now the quad fighter. The biggest, the largest, is going to take his first hack of the ball game. Can I tell you a secret between me, you, and God, Zach Staten?
Let's do it.
When they were rehearsing that earlier, Taj, who's a wonderful dancer, I did not have the fullest of confidence in him. He worked all afternoon on that. Him and Joe Sperone worked all afternoon. We talk about how great of ball players these guys are in Banana Ball. They also work just as hard and persistent on those entertainment moments. And got to give big shout out to TP and Joe Sperone on that.
Taj Porter's certainly just a natural learner. This is a guy who learned how to switch hit, but he might have to learn how to sit down. Tiny between the legs, over to EJ, and that's the inning. So the Firefighters strand 2 in scoring position, but not before Mac Danford plates his 6th run batted in this season. And he plates the first run for the Texas Tailgaters, and the Firefighters got to find something here. Let's go watch some dogs race.
Down on the field, here's Kaz.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for a Banana Ball favorite, but instead of the world's slowest race, we're going to make it the puppy race. We have Raiden, Brianna, Aubrey, Everett, Carter, Emma, and Mackenzie. They are going to crawl to the finish line. Whoever crosses first is going to be the winner of our puppy race. On your marks, get set, let go of your babies. Go! Here we go. We're off to a blazing hot start. There's not much movement happening. Oh, here we go. We got Raiden. Oh, you scared him. You scared him. Raiden has the first place mark right now, but he's just teasing the. I think Emma's just taking a nap. Raiden, you can do this. Oh yeah. Look at me. You can do this. Just cross that finish line. Here we go. The pep talk work. Keep going, Raiden. Keep going, Raiden. You're almost. No, don't stop. You're almost there. Look at it right there. Come to the finish line. Come over
Brett,
here.
there's a clear leader in the pack here in this puppy race.
Puppy dogs.
Buddy, nobody has gotten out of the gates except for that kid.
Well, yep, book it. There it is.
Done.
There it is.
Done.
101 Dalmatians.
Chief is over there.
Chief is over there.
He's very excited. He saw absolutely no racing, but you know what? Chief just gets excited for anything.
It was a good race, man.
That was, yeah, neck and neck right to the end.
Can I talk about a good defensive lineup?
Sure can.
These Texas Tailgaters.
Why not?
Second in Banana Ball in trick plays this year. It's led by that man playing shortstop, Jordan Hussein. He is 8 trick plays away from 100 in his career, so we'll be tracking that this weekend. And obviously in Chapel Hill, if he doesn't reach that milestone this weekend, 64 again, second best in all of Banana Ball. Sunshine going to be your designated fielder, playing second a lot tonight. And then it's the lefty and all-star from a season ago on the bump, Christian Davis. CD has thrown 7 straight scoreless innings in his last 2 outings, and he's being called, obviously, by his best friend, his college teammate, Taj Porter.
Up against him, however, is Tyner Hughes, one of the toughest rookies to get out. Brother! Oh, he just caught it in the chest.
And that's important, Zach. That's a great point. It looked like he wanted to go for that tip drill. With the Firefighters getting that trick play in the top of the first, they're trying to negate the equalizer point as the Tailgaters being the away team here tonight, but the home team tomorrow afternoon.
Tried to catch it with a bare hand, but he pinned it up against the glove, so that will not be counted as a trick play. Bounced off the roof and into the stands. And will not be a fan-caught foul ball. No, thank you. Dalton Cornett, a couple of weeks ago in Little Rock, 3 hits, his first 3-hit game in 2026.
Correction, that was a trick play. It was trap catch. So 1-1 in the trick play category, according to our official scorer, Blake O'Hare.
Well, you just tell me to just go pound sand then.
I didn't see it myself, Zach. Blake's only 3 feet away from me, so I was able to turn around and ask.
Blake did see it. Our great statistician tonight, scorekeeper, whatever you want to call him. He's tremendous.
It's kind of like that restaurant that we call BK After. We can really have it our way when he's in the room with us. You know?
Correct. Dalton Cornett swung at 3-1. Sunshine bounced it off the foot. Brett, bucket! Jonathan Sunshine Looters, the trick play leader in banana ball, entering this weekend, gets his first of the ball game and off the feet for out number 2. Sonny just finds different ways to make trick plays look so easy as Logan Lacey steps on in. Had a 3-hit game in Montgomery in game 2. This is a 2-time All-Star for a reason. Don't let those numbers fool you just quite yet. So, Showtime can absolutely find himself quick, fast, and in a hurry if he gets it going, and last week was a great time to do that. 2 doubles, a single, and he pounds one to Tempe. But it'll be foul.
Oh my gosh. It might have ended up on the Sun Devils baseball field.
Passed that the other night when we were riding on in here. In fact, someone hit a home run as we were passing it.
Wow.
It was great.
You know, I ate about 3 minutes. Last night I went to dinner with the Banana Breakdown guys. We did In-N-Out on campus of Arizona State.
That's incredible.
It was beautiful.
Inside, it's strike.
You ever had In-N-Out?
I have. It's been a while, but I have had In-N-Out
They
burger.
call the sauce spread, and I still call it sauce.
It's still sauce. Lacey high into the sky. That looks like it'll get into the Fire's dugout, and it will.
Well, you know, when I think of spread, I think of like jelly or jam.
I was going to say spread is like what you like the buffet, the spread.
Yeah, the spread. Talking about spread. No, that's sauce, man.
Yeah, it's sauce.
What are you talking about?
Now, what are we doing? Like buffalo spread? Nah, it's sauce.
Good. Or as they say in your neck of the woods, sauce.
Soyce. My neck of the woods. Are you trying to say I'm north? My wife has the thickest southern accent you could find, man. 2-2. Deuce is wild. Logan, I love you if you're watching. I also love Logan Lacey. That one will get sent under the roof.
Who do you love more? What Logan? That's a great question.
That's not even debatable. It's my wife. Don't tell Logan Lacey that, then. We'll do it again. That is punched up into the skies. Would save a kitten from a tree. It will not land for an out. It's Sonny.
Book it, man. 2 trick plays there from Jonathan Sunshine Looter, 3 from the Tailgaters, and the boys in blue and orange lead it 1-0 after 1 frame here in Scottsdale.
Fans, it's time to find our junior firefighters of the night. The players are coming through the stands, so if you want a fire helmet, it's time to stand up and get fired up.
Kablam. We're back playing banana ball. How about that? Bradford Webb on the mound. Kablam. Kaboom. Kablam. Could be anything. It's whatever you want to make it. Bradford Webb out for his 2nd inning of work. Would like to get a little bit cleaner than he was in the first. Gave up 3 base runners and 1 run, but ultimately left 2 stranded. But the Texas Tailgaters lead it 1-0 off the bat of Mac Danford, and now Brother, who has one of the most dangerous swings of banana ball, steps in for his first cuts tonight.
3 yayas, man, as we mentioned, entering tonight, leading the league in homers.
has such a good swing. Drake Toll thought a pop-up was a home run last week.
You know, he hit an Oppo Taco in Round Rock, and the wind blew it back fair. I mean, he's got a lot of help from the wind, but he's also just got a lot of power. A guy who reached Double-A last year in the Astros organization. Native of Houston, Texas, or if you want to get on a micro level, Spring, Texas. But he tells everybody he's from Houston. No matter where you go in the Houston area, you say brother, they know you're talking about Jose Gonzalez.
Correct. Into the night sky and hits the roof. It is bizarre to me. The Firefighters had some of the wildest and craziest fan-caught foul ball experiences. In fact, Brett Loftus and I, our first weekend together working, we saw the fan-caught foul ball record broken in Richmond with 6 fan-caught foul balls. So far in 8 games, we're in the 8th game tonight, only 1 fan-caught foul ball. It's just bizarre.
Bring your gloves, man. Hey, they had one tonight in Conway.
Yeah, they did.
Gillespie got one.
Brother to Tiny, fielded between the legs over to EJ, and he takes it out. Low throw, doesn't matter. The veteran smiles with that beautiful mustache, and Tiny set it aside for a trick play.
Tell you what, trick play's great. The dig over there at first equally is good from EJ. We talk about how great he is at trick plays at first. That dig saved it out and got him a trick play all there for out number 1.
By the way, Tiny has now taken the trick play lead for the Firefighters. That was his 12th over Peanut. Hello, Taylor Justice, a man whose hair you've cut.
Love that guy. I love the way he's been swinging the stick. Got to meet his pops this morning in a hotel lobby. He's just feeling really, really good right now.
He will not probably feel good about this one. Zachary Bridges giving it chase, and he caught it. Jumped up 2. Points to his team. Mason Maxwell plussed out of his brains. So is Zachary Bridges. 2 up, 2 down.
All right, so we're going to hit a pop-up 5 million miles in the sky. Then he's going to have to run past all the fire and then balanced up against the net to make that play. The boys are fired up for him over there in the first base dugout. That was one of the most difficult plays you'll ever see a catcher make.
And we've seen ZB have a couple of issues with those pop-ups not there. Even made the adjustment at the end.
Welcome back, Zach Watson.
Former firefighter turned Texas tailgater, going up against his former squad. 19 games with the Fire and Flames in 2024. And that one lands fair. Lacey twisting and turning, and he got him at first. How in the world did Showtime just stop the show in the 3rd like that?
They call him Showtime for a reason, Zach Staten. Oh man, falling away. Got him by an eyelash.
Saved it from going foul, and I mean just barely. Zach Watson thought he was safe. Instead, his return, we'll have to have a triumphant story sometime else as the Firefighters get out of the frame, no damage done. Logan Lacey, that was ridiculous, man. Absolutely fire me up, Showtime, as we take a look now at the Banana Ball Open, which again is coming up in a couple of weeks. Next week, we're gonna take a spring Easter break. Everybody enjoy themselves on a holiday, and then we're coming back. One more series for everybody, and then it's time to play in the Banana Ball Open. The format, very simple. 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. The winner of those goes and plays a couple of championships. So here is the standings. Coconuts 3 and 5. They just beat the Party Animals. Spoiler alert, everybody. So now they give themselves an opportunity. Again, want to point out, Firefighters have the tiebreaker, and the Coconuts cannot break that. So they have to have a better record than the Firefighters at all to get themselves into the Banana Ball Open, or someone else really has to die down.
Trick play, Zach Staten, also vital. That is the top tiebreaker, total team trick play. So entering this weekend, the Animals leading the league in trick plays, the Tailgaters second. So it's very vital. Again, even with the equalizer point in play, it's already super important, but then on a macro level, when looking at the standings and potential tiebreakers, it is just that much more important to induce trick plays, especially if you're that guy out there on the ball. And Christian Davis, you see those wonderful stats entering the night, earned a point there in the first. He is now tied second for points earned by starting pitchers this year, only trailing Austin Temple, who has earned 6 points as a starting pitcher this year for the Firefighters.
Quite an important game for the Indianapolis Clowns as well. They've got to get a win over the Savannah Bananas in Anaheim, or their chances basically are nil. EJ wanted to send that one over to McDowell Mountains just across the horizon, but he won't do it. 2-1 count for the Banana Ball veteran, the all-time Savannah Bananas home run leader, and that one just foul into the cactus.
You almost just had what we call a setup call right there.
Boy, I did it at FSU. I hoped history would repeat itself. Instead, it's a 2-2 count. CD outside. And this is a tough guy to pitch against because he can hit for contact very well. We saw that last week. He's also patient. Man, when the power's on, Mr. Jones can fly me to the moon. He will fly that one over to Corey Pye, who has to duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge out of the way of that one.
Man, I want to coach Pye, Coach Pye. What?
Pye, Coach Pye. That was in Pie Day as that one goes into the netting. Back in Little Rock, we did Pye, Coach Pye.
Coach Pye, Coach Pye.
Coach Pye, Coach Pye. Shout out to Reggie Horton, wherever he is in this world. EJ, slow roller over to Jordan Barth. He goes behind the back. Taylor Justice, tough one.
Bucket! JB, 11th trick play of his rookie campaign, and the Tailgaters retake the trick play lead at 4-3. Tell you what, Jordan Barth, man, we talk about getting sped up at the dish. He's never been sped up playing over there at the hot corner. That behind-the-back transfer is his go-to, and like you said, great stretch from Taylor.
They just continue to spam trick plays as Armando Becerra puts that one into right center field. Indy Stanley ranging over to make the play. Won't get the trick play, but that's just as fine as an out as you'll find.
Indy said he was going for him tonight. He wants to be extra aggressive. 5 trick plays for Indiana Stanley this year, but right there just trying to get the out quick inning potentially here for Christian Davis.
Here's maybe the hottest bat in Banana Ball right now, Caden Peanut Green. Last week, tied a Banana Ball record with 6 runs batted in. He was 3 for 4 with a 3-run bomb in there, his first of the season. He has been absolutely torching Banana Ball left and right. If you're yellow and circular shape, you would not like to see Peanut coming up to the plate. 11 trick plays on the season for Young Nut. And that'll get darted into right field in front of brother, a base knock. The first of the Firefighters evening.
You called him Young Nut?
I did, unfortunately. I apologize, Peanut, if you're listening.
What'd that mean?
It just means Peanut. It's in a brief.
In a brief.
In a brief. Lamar Sparks, maybe one of the hottest bats for first full-year rookies in Banana Ball. 350 average on a 5-game hitting streak. Told you last week was his first bizom in Banana Ball. And broke a scoreboard in Montgomery, Alabama to make it 5-0. And he sends this one to the Stars. Probably won't land for a hit unless there's some miscommunication. Indy Stanley, tip drill right to himself.
Book it, man. Another great inning there from Christian Davis. Another couple of trick plays there as well for the Tailgaters. Most importantly, able to push that inning. Still leading this ball game 1-0. And Zach Staten, there's some instruments being rolled on the field. I think it's our good pals and the fire line.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the official drumline of the Firefighters, the Fire Line. Fans, give it up for the Fire Line!
Man, those dudes in the Fire Line can bang that drum all day. By the way, someone in the comment section said the drums are quite loud. Well, yeah, they're drums. They're playing them really loud. And there's fire shooting out of them too, by the way, which is just insane.
Technical crews also hooping this weekend to kind of peel the curtain back. We have 3 shows, 3 broadcasts that we put on every weekend here in Banana Ball. Obviously, you guys know Conway, and then we have Anaheim, and then here in Scottsdale this weekend. 2 of those shows are being produced, directed out of Savannah, Georgia, back home. Our show here in Scottsdale, we have all of our people in a truck out behind right center field, about 600 feet from where Zach and I sit. And our producer, Mohawk Mike, and myself, the last 4 weekends, we've got to work with that production truck. And I tell you what, there's not a harder working group in the industry. And it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to see what they're able to do. They're bringing you the ambiance, they're bringing you the atmosphere, and they're bringing you Banana Ball right into your living room. And if you're on the East Coast, thank you so much for staying up with us. And our captain, Jordan Hussein, will lead us off here in the top of the 3rd.
People in the truck are the reason why we can get this thing going, led by our tremendous director, Alex Gross. They have traveled the country in the first couple of weeks here of this Banana Ball World Tour in 2026, and they may not get a ton of sleep, but man, they shove when we need them to. So does Jordan Hussein. Grub! Brett Loftus, Grub!
Grub.
It's my first time seeing Grub.
Guy had to take a nap. You know what's cool? I seen a fan who had a makeshift, like literally made it like yesterday, Grub t-shirt on. Was not selling them. Just had made it and wore it to the game. Thought it was pretty cool to see.
Important not to sell that bootlegged merchandise.
Don't do that.
Strike on the outside, and B-Web's on the board here, but a 3-1 count.
You know what I'm mesmerized right now? The Talking Stick Casino. There's lights playing like way off in the distance beyond right field.
That hotel is like 5,000 feet in the air as Hussein chops it over to third. Joe Mikulik backing way back, trying to make a play on it.
That's insane.
Those chaps are tremendous. Joe Mikulik has fashion, folks.
Kids call it aura.
He does have some aura, too. B-Web, ball four sprint. Second one given up of the game, and now J5 rounds first, sticks right there. Firefighters ball four sprint defense is pristine. Noah Bridges chases him back just for safety, and now already back to the top of the lineup here with Indy Stanley.
Yeah, when you turn up a lineup card, I think an important thing when you put Jordan Hussein in the 10 hole, you're trying to go double lead off. Jordan, the table setter right there, now turns it over to Indiana Stanley. We know what Indy can do. We mentioned his 2-homer game last weekend, but a guy who absolutely led the Tailgaters in home runs in 2025.
Indy popped up to left field. Noah Bridges running in. Tip drill, yes sir, barehanded. Just give him the one trick play. But that'll do the job.
You know what I love about these two teams? Last year being the newish kids on the block, the Tailgaters the brand new team, the Firefighters being in their 2nd year. They weren't really pushed a lot when it comes to trick plays. This year you've seen both of these teams really make a big time effort at going after those trick plays, and Noah Bridges leading the charge on that one for the outfield. Lopey did not like that 0-0 call.
One of the best performances we saw from Noah Bridges last year, obviously in Salem, for the walk-off home run to dead center, but he also had 4 trick plays in center field that game. He was tremendous on both sides of the plate. That is a rocket right by EJ. Down the line, Darian McDowell's gonna have to really get on his horse. Around third, heading for home is Jordan Hussein. Darren McDowell having a lot of trouble getting that thing back in.
Oh, no. Instead it got jammed in the wall. That is going to be a ground rule double. Jordan Hussein's going to have to go back to third.
Wow.
I would love to see a shot of what we have in right field. Is the ball jammed? Sometimes you can see right fielders sell it. I don't know if we're going to quite have the angle to even be able to see that here.
One of the things the ball does here, it's called a snake effect as Darren McDowell stopped. Oh, it got into the bullpen. The door's open.
We cannot have that. The door has since been closed.
Yep, it should be.
And Drew Gillespie's in Conway, South Carolina.
I am floored as to how that happens, but either way, Firefighters catch a small break, but runners on second and third and just one away.
Infield in now for the Firefighters. Obviously 2 guys in scoring position, only 1 out, and Jordan Barth, ball four sprint, his first time up.
Ball four sprint with plate 2. By the way, in the outfield, there's something called a snake effect as that one goes right over to Lacey, goes behind the back just to make sure he can book a trick play, throws it over to EJ, and there's 2 down, and that's a critical out. The outfielders today, when we were taking BP, they were talking to me a little bit about this. There's a snake effect in the outfield grass. So essentially what happens when that ball gets into the outfield, it starts wiggling back and forth like it is a lizard or a snake, and it can be really kind of troubling if it's a ground ball through to kind of get a good wide target on there, and maybe that's what Darren McDowell was trying to fight for there. A little slower over the corner, but he gets saved by a door.
You just said a lot of things.
I did.
Snake effect. I heard was snake effect.
Correct.
I hate snakes.
My wife actually got one the other day in our backyard. Nope. It's the bravest thing she's ever done. Nope. I don't like them either. Big swing from Kyle
I
Martin.
don't cry too much. If I seen a snake, I'd probably cry.
Oh, really?
Real tears.
Okay, that is a shocker to me.
Yeah, I hate snakes, man.
Not that you would cry. You're a man. We're vulnerable. We can let our emotions go.
No, that's not emotions. That's just
fear.
Scared.
Okay.
Fear, man.
I'm not sure if there's something fearful like that would make me cry. I'm sure there is. I just haven't come across it yet.
Snakes.
If a bee stings me, maybe that's what it is, because I'm allergic to bee stings.
Oh.
Yeah, I had an ankle.
You got that EpiPen on you?
I don't. It's not like deathly allergic. I just need to go to the hospital quickly.
Okay, well.
Kyle Martin, right field, and foul. Just by a hair. Brett Loftus was about to jump out this press box.
Oh, he needs a new bat? Is that what he needs?
Did he break his bat somehow?
Yeah, it's about 10 feet foul. Right back to that door that was just open.
And now it's closed.
Yeah, Kmart, I think, capped that one a little bit and broke it. Tell you what, ball and 2 strikes. Usually you either see a foul ball home run, you're either going to see another yah-yah that ends up fair, or Bradford's going to punch him and going to strand 2 guys in scoring position. Right. I think this is a big pitch here in the grand scheme of things here, Zach Staten.
Problem is, going up against a guy like Kyle Martin, patient AB, 9 ball 4 sprints. You mentioned that earlier, leads the Texas Tailgaters by a mile, and that one's outside.
And leads the Banana Ball Championship League so far.
It's a guy you've got to pitch to, because he will not swing at something that ain't there. And again, a ball 4 sprint would plate 2 here for the Texas Tailgaters. And they'll leave him. No, they won't. It was a foul tip. Oh, I was about ready to tell B. Webb to line him up and sit him down, but we'll play on. Deuce is wild. 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know what? The league leader in ball 4 sprints, if he could get number 10 right here, Tailgaters would score 2.
Payoff pitch. The 8th one of this AB. Inside ball 4 sprint. And that'll be 2 coming across for the Texas Tailgaters.
And now, Zach Staten, now, as the Tailgaters lead it 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd. That's Andrew Bartman?
Don't need headlights because the track is always
Let me take you back. Grayson Stadium, Wednesday afternoon. We have rehearsals. We had this pitch at OTT. You know, we find this TikTok, great sound. Said, who's going to be the guy in the middle? Who's going to be the guy that HUMPs, if you will, because we can't say that word on TV. And I said, who else other than Andrew Bartman, the father of the tailgate? I almost, as Mag Danford sends one, first base side, not caught by a fan. I shout out his father, Randy, his first time up, double off the wall. Shout out his lovely bride, Eileen, who's watching us tonight as well.
Yes, she is. And I'm sure she really appreciated the description that you just gave her. That 6-shooter was moving.
That what?
6-shooter. That thing in front. It's holding a lot of beer.
You really got to enunciate when you say 6-shooter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, if I said the other word, man, I'd be fired. But not the way the firefighter could be. B. Webb. Mack thought about it. Didn't think wisely. It's 1-2 count. This is a massive one here for Bradford Webb. Fouls away. And again, we talk about game of inches in banana ball, really in baseball. Kyle Martin, he doesn't get that foul tip. Firefighter strand 2. He does, keeps alive, and it's professional AB for Kyle Martin. And we've seen this now with Bradford a couple different times. 1-2 count, and he just hasn't been able to get that 3rd strike there when he's ahead. Pretty much normal defense here for the Firefighters. No ball 4 sprint just yet. And that one will do the job. So up in the zone, little cutter action. And Bradford Webb strikes out his 3rd looking, but not before he gives up 2. And let's go down to the field now. Bella Lane, Bananas Foster.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field from Bananas Foster, Bella Lane.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the Moss family. 16 years ago, Darren and Kara became a licensed foster family with the goal of keeping siblings together. In addition to their work as foster parents, they founded a nonprofit dedicated to providing resources for foster kids right here in Arizona. In total, Darren and Kara have welcomed 25 children into their home and adopted 8 kiddos, including a sibling set of 4. Fans, please join us in celebrating this amazing family for making a difference right here in your community.
It is always a stupendous blessing to be able to honor the foster families in all of our communities. You want to help out Bananas Foster, just text Bunch to 50155 to support Bananas Foster and so many great families like the Moss family here in Scottsdale.
The Moss family, man, that's pretty cool. Got to chat with them earlier today. That's always, again, we talk about the moment itself in the middle of the 3rd inning, every Banana Ball game, but when you get to talk to those families and get to hear their stories, and obviously this big Moss family, right, one of the bigger BFF families that we've had this year, it's just always so special. And now we get to go back to something that means a little bit less, but still just so much fun in Banana Ball. Christian Davis towing back in on the rubber, trying to win his 2nd point and the Tailgaters' 2nd point of the ball game here after that 2-run ball 4 sprint from Kyle Martin there in the top half of the inning. Taj, what is Taj doing? Taj, where are you? Taj sitting down?
There's a cornhole board behind him too, so I wonder at this point like what we've got going on here.
You've seen there's a singular cornhole bag on the back of the mound. Be ready.
Okay.
Just be ready.
Okay.
Just be and be ready for me to interrupt you.
I am prepared.
And I use
same with Chief, by the way. When you see him, just back out the paint, baby.
Listen, I don't like to interrupt people. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Good question for you.
Love it.
I'm going to ask you after the first pitch of this at-bat.
It's Darren McDowell coming up, another first-time rookie here in Banana Ball, and he'll look at the outside.
Better rebounder, Dennis Rodman or Grubb?
Oh, Dennis Rodman.
I don't like that. I disagree with you.
He is a chaotic human being. Darian out to right field. Is that gone? No, it's not, but it's off the wall, excuse me. Can't talk, I'm excited. Darren McDowell, oh, he wants 3. Hussein fires in, and he's out. He got too greedy.
Brother, J5, and what a tag from Jordan Barth. A ball absolutely smoked. And that's great defense from the boys in blue and orange.
From a great tag to a great moment, our firefighter of the night.
Firefighter of the night, Battalion Chief William Maxwell. Bill began his career as a volunteer firefighter at what was then known as the Sedona Oak Creek Fire District. He's retired now, but he served your community at the Sedona Fire District for 33 years. Fans, make some noise for our firefighter of the night, Battalion Chief Bill Maxwell.
And Dakota McFadden right back up the gut, base knock. And now you hate that Darren McDowell just got caught going to 3rd, because that would have been an easy run scored.
Dakota McFadden, on a positive note for the Firefighters, just 4 plate appearances. Now Smoke Trimble's going to come on and run at first. Just 4 plate appearances in the last 4 ball games. Happy to see him re-enter himself back in the lineup and get a hit. First pitch he sees tonight.
So D-Mac, who has not played the last couple of games full time.
Yep.
Took a couple of swings last weekend in Montgomery in game 2. Got a single and a ball 4 sprint.
The cornhole back. Oh, I missed it.
So did CD. Missed it by about 2 feet. Noah Bridges into the sky. Sunshine. In the hat. Brett Loftus is checking it. Is it a book it, double book it? I don't know. It's a trick play.
Bucket, single bucket. It's only 1 trick play as the Tailgaters retake the trick play battle 6-5.
It's a heck of a play for Sunshine, who just continues to rack up trick play after trick play. Jordan Hussein, by the way, very close to a milestone here in Banana Ball, and that will not get him closer. Brother is out in right field shouting for his life, kicking the legs up like he just don't care. Tyner Hughes back up as the Firefighters turn the lineup over. Tiny into the stands. Goodness, please don't do this. They don't. Tiny was the victim of the first and only fan-caught foul ball of the Firefighter game this year. He's an aggressive leadoff AB, and that's something that Drew Yanesta has really preached to him. If you see something you like on the first pitch of the first AB you got, man, swing away. South Trimble, Christian Davis in a staring contest. Jordan Barth over at third. Brett Loftus,
bucket! Another trick play for JB Jordan Barth, and another Tailgaters point as they lead it 2-0. And now one of my all-time favorite promos, Zach Staten.
Field, it's Garrett Rhinestone Lampert.
Scottsdale at the tailgate, you gotta have the freshest meat, and it doesn't get much fresher than this. All the way out here on the farm, I got 2 piggies with me. These piggies are gonna race to home, wee. But there's no finish line for this race. No, to win, they'll have to climb up a ladder and jump through a folding table. Scottsdale, we call this one the farm to table race, and it starts in 3, 2, 1, go! A little slip at the start, 2 twisted tails in the wind. They're snout to snout as they make their way to the infield. This is where the race really begins. Which little piggy has the stamina? Up the ladder they go. Who's it gonna be? There's your winner, and a 2-for-1 special farm to table.
Two grown men in pink bunny costumes breaking tables. Is it any more Banana Ball than that? I mean, they split him in half too, baby.
Ooh, that looked like that hurt.
Both of them looked like they hurt. That man landed right on his hip. He'll need some sort of replacement in like 10 years now. He's taking 10 years off his hip life.
Ooh, I don't like that.
That hurts. Bradford Webb coming out for his 4th inning of work has had to really battle through some tough ABs here. He's given up 3 runs and really did a heck of a job to get out of the first inning, stranding a couple in scoring position. But the Tailgaters got to him in the 3rd. Kyle Martin drawing a heck of a ball 4 sprint out of a 1-2 count to plate 2. And right now the Texas Tailgaters lead it 2-0. It has really been a patient approach here for the Texas Tailgaters. Outside of Mac Danford's double to dead center, they really haven't had a ton of loud hits, but they've had a ton of resourceful hitting. As we welcome up the quad father up to the plate, who had a cornhole board right behind him in the last inning and a cornhole bag thrown over his head. It did not land anywhere close to the board. Right now he'd like a banana ball landing far away from him.
The biggest, the largest. I thought you were going to say it too, Zach.
I was going to, and then I lost the mouse on my computer trying to find something, so I was really trying to find that. Right now, Bradford Webb trying to find the strike zones. 2-0 count. This is where the Firefighters, through the first 6 games, were really good. Starting pitching was absolutely tremendous. Last week, Austin Temple really saving the day for the starting pitching. But Jared Donaldson, Bradford Webb having some tough ABs.
But Kevin Yougelis from Taj Porter.
Wow. I have not seen that pulled out in a decade.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was tremendous.
You mentioned this is where the Firefighters are really good. This is where the Tailgaters have a lot of success. From the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, they hit 303. Best offensive output of any team in the middle innings in banana ball. So this is where they really start to heat up. Already up 2-0. You gotta love how the boys are rolling in blue and orange tonight.
3-2, ball 4 sprint. B-Web really having some issues finding the strike zone in an important count like that. Taj Porter will stop at first, and we'll welcome on for the first time a designated runner for the Texas Tailgaters.
Jacob Pippersick. We'll tell you a little bit more about him from Long Island University. Stole a couple bags, had an RBI double last week as well. But it's Jose Brother Gonzalez, but he's joined by the whole team.
I don't know what's gonna happen tonight, but there's a good chance it's gonna sound alright. Boots on the back porch, stomping on the 2-4, little bit along it crank. Tires on the cherry pipe, Bubba shot the jukebox, bending them guitar strings. Cocaine packing and some old boys cracking over livers in the cooler.
Crack that thing, brother.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
My kind of Saturday night, Zach Staten, is spent nowhere else other than in a banana ball game with my good pal from Spring, Texas, absolutely bodying that walk-up. And now an opportunity for him to score another, maybe a couple more Tailgaters runs.
He's bodied a couple of banana balls this year. Pippersick really thought about going for second, instead holds back.
Pip 2 for 2 in stolen bases, as we mentioned last weekend, his first weekend as a Tailgater. However, Pip can also swing the stick a little bit. Again, RBI double. Also worthy to mention, the Firefighters have not caught a runner stealing all year.
They've had a little bit of a carousel behind the dish. Dalton Cornett's caught a bunch. Zachary Bridges catching up a little bit. EJ, of course, catching mainly for the former Bananas and Zach Phillips and Jared Donaldson. Grub!
You're telling me that tail couldn't box out Dennis Rodman?
Probably not.
You're telling me?
Buddy, there were not a lot of people that could box out Dennis Rodman.
Grub could.
Both on and off the court.
Good.
Shout out Las Vegas. And again, 3-2 count. This is where B-Web really's got to find his stuff. Green light special here for Jose, or a potential ball 4 sprint again. Firefighters playing well in everywhere. Brother fouls it off, stays alive.
Bradford Weld, got to give him a lot of credit here. Long pauses on the rubber. Jacob Pippersick has been dancing around over there at first. Interesting to see if they'll move Pip here on the 3-2.
Bradford really hadn't had a lot of trouble this year with ball 4 sprints. Just 3 coming into the night. He won't have any trouble there, but it will be because of a hit. Armando was well in trying for the double, or excuse me, for the out at second, but instead Tiny cuts it off, and that'll get runners on the first and second.
Ball 4 sprint defense. I'm going to tell you what, that played into the benefit there, the Firefighters. Brother just fisting that one off in the shallow center field. If Mondo's playing at regular depth, Jacob Pippersick's easily able to go first to third there. Instead, now just first and second here with Taylor Justice.
Taylor Justice down in Texas, hitting his first career World Tour regular season home run in banana ball. Had one, of course, in the World Tour Championships, but that doesn't count for your regular stats. B-Web throws it back. Boy, that one is tight. Tiny, I don't think, had clean control of that one.
Trey Hudson, one of the best mustaches in banana ball, our second base umpire tonight.
Don't you dare insult Marshall Schill with that one.
I said one of the.
That's true, that's true.
One of the. I love my main man, Trey Hudson. Good people down there.
He is good people.
Native of the Palmetto State, South Carolina.
The good news for the Texas Tailgaters, or excuse me, for the Firefighters, Texas Tailgaters have grounded into 7 double plays this year. That would lead the Banana Ball Championship League. The problem is they haven't really done it tonight. Firefighters could really use one here. B-Web backwards K. And I tell you what, when he has struck him out tonight, he has struck him out frozen. 4th K of the evening, 4th K backwards for B-Web. Oh, he's trying to take his shirt off. I'm surprised that that was the rule. Taking your shirt off is apparently against the rules here in Banana Ball, according to that strikeout Zelly.
Well, all the Firefighters took their shirts off pregame.
Correct. Correct. Lots of them. So that backwards K, really important for B-Web, because now a double play, if he can induce one, ends the frame.
You were my July. It's Jason Hart.
Yes, it is. American Idol.
Hitting in the spot of Zach Watson. Jason's going to play the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings out in left field.
Hey, Jason's not a set of pipes now, man. He's hitting 300 this year.
Yeah. Hit safely in 4 of the 7 Tailgater games this year.
Swings and misses. Want to point out a change real quick for the Firefighters defense. Mason Maxwell is over in right field. That's where Darian McDowell was, and right to him. Mason coming up throwing, and he will halt the runner at 3rd.
Good hold there from Joe Mikulik at 3rd. Darian McDowell has one of the very best arms in our sport.
Except that's Mason Maxwell in right field.
And that's Mason Maxwell.
That was hit so hard, though. Mason really couldn't race in to try to build up some throwing power.
When did Mason get out there?
I literally said 5 seconds ago. He had just replaced him.
And I was listening to you, too.
Buddy, there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot going up into that pop-out. EJ, tip drill. Nobody was there, and it landed back there, but they call it foul.
It's the right call. It's the right call. He was in foul territory. Let's take a second look at it. If we got enough time, let's take another look at this play.
EJ was in foul territory going for it. B-Webb wasn't there in time, but Tyner Hughes is also back behind the bag. EJ trusting his defense wasn't there.
I don't know if we have another look at this. Yes, let's see this.
So right here?
Yeah, EJ touches it in foul territory. That's clearly a foul ball.
Clearly in foul territory.
Now, if able to reach, trick play miss will go down in the books. Correct. Yes, that is correct. Thank you, Blake O'Hare.
That's something the Firefighters really need to have in a game like this is, J-Kid swings and that one gets fouled off the home plate umpire.
Question in the chat, have we heard anything about Brandon and Sammy? Yes, they were in the broadcast booth with us for a full inning. And I actually were able to be up here during Coach Bartman's run, Sally. So those guys all over the ballpark tonight joined us in the booth for a little bit. Not able to come on air with us, but they were up here with us for a little bit.
Reggie Liggins seems to be all right, and we'll play on. J5, 0-2 count. Bradford finds something here. Gonna have to. And he will. A 5th strikeout. 5th with the backwards K.
How many strikeouts can you get in a ball game and they all be backwards? This is insane right now. And now, that's going to be the end of the night for Bradford Webb. Who's coming in to replace him there?
Well, folks, for the first time in his professional ball career, we say hello to Arizona native Marshall Schill playing in his home state from Cottonwood, Arizona, just an hour 45 minutes up the road from where we play tonight. Marshall Schill, who has played in Australia, played in Canada, played at Yankee Stadium, played in Anaheim. He's played all over the world. He has not played here in Arizona until tonight. We had him out in Fire Drill Live a little bit earlier, and to say that he was excited would be an understatement. This is a guy who does a lot for the Firefighters, both on and off the field. This is a man who has visited the most firehouses amongst any firefighter throughout his career. And now, folks, this guy is about to do something real special.
Marshall Schill had him out at the state show today, and he was getting the folks absolutely fired up outside. As you mentioned, going to try and throw that fireball in there in his home state. Slow clap, Zach Staten.
I'm going to do it too. Speeding up. There's a bucket. There's butane in it. Soapy water. Get ready. Arizona in the world. Fire! Outside. That's disappointing. Don't know how Marshall Schill discovers that he can throw a fire pitch. That's a brave soul right there, to light your hand essentially on fire. Let it go, and then just fling it. He's gonna have to fling it here. That's outside again. Indy Stanley could really use something here. Marshall could really help out Bradford Webb with an out, but he continues going outside, and now the Firefighters in danger of another ball four sprint. Again, at least 2 would be plated. Base is full, nowhere to put Indy Stanley. And he'll stay put right now. 3-1 count. Marshall going with that submarine motion. Big hack from Indy, and the count is full. Marshall Schill, can he find some cactus power in that frame? Full count, runners going, and he got him with the backwards K! Marshall leaves them all stranded. It wasn't the fireball, but that is about as hot of a strikeout as you're gonna find in banana ball. And from that to a tradition, let's all stand up, whether you're at home or here, and hey, baby.
Because right now, it's time for a little hey, baby! You better be clapping those hands. Get ready to wave those arms. You're looking great, Scottsdale. Time to get our steps in.
When I saw you walking down the street, I said that's the kind of girl I like to meet. She's so pretty, looks just fine. I'm gonna make her mine.
Wave those arms.
I wanna know if you'll be my girl.
One more time. Scottsdale, give yourselves a big round of applause!
When you turn and walk away, that's when I want to say, come on, baby, give me your word. I wanna know, when you turn and walk away.
Mohawk Mike just kind of made us think we were about to have a breath for a minute. Oh no, I'm losing it.
It's the elevation.
Yeah, it really is.
It's the elevation.
Woo.
No Mike and Ike's tonight. No food for me tonight.
I had a water bottle, but it was empty.
Brought me some food, actually. I really.
Yeah, Bo the Beaver has never brought me really anything.
Well, it's not really his thing, you know?
Yeah, it's not.
Grub's a larger fella. He consumes a lot of food. He could share everything.
He really does.
You know? Wow.
If there's a guy that can change this up for the Firefighters, hello us.
Yeah.
Look at Blake O'Hare, man, not doing a thing. Obviously, like, he's doing his job, but, like, come on, man, we got a hey babe.
Not doing a thing is crazy work out of you.
Okay, not doing a thing in terms of motion physically. Blake O'Hare does a lot of stuff for us.
That guy's tapped in.
He really is. Scoring the daylights out of that book right now. Dalton Cornett looks at one inside. Found one off the bat.
Oh. It was bobbled. It was bobbled. Ever so slightly, it was bobbled.
DC out to center field. Racing in his Indy, and he dives and makes the catch.
What a play from Indiana Stanley. In a sport where we talk about trick plays, and oh, they are so valuable. Those plays are just as special. Hustling in at 117%. And Indy, slams down on the ground and able to catch that one for out number one.
That's one of those hits where you know Dalton Cornett's thinking, what do I got to do to get one to land? He's had that a couple different times. Had one right back up the middle at David Griffin. He just flashed the leather. Had one where Max Joe Goldberg or Alex Ziegler, I cannot remember exactly who did that one. Oh, Logan Lacey's going to steal first.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Reggie Liggins is waving it off, calling that play dead because that, well, got him in the foot. So he'll still be on first regardless, but that's a hit by pitch, not a steal of first.
Correct. So he stopped it, but either way, Logan Lacey does get aboard with a hit by pitch, and that will help the Firefighters just as much.
Jones and me.
Tell you what, Mr. Jones has changed games with one swing of the bat. Can he do it here? Logan Lacey's got good enough speed to go anywhere he wants. Might not be able to do it here. Into the stars. Indy. Tip drill. Jose Brother Gonzalez just barely.
One trick play, one book hit there for out number two. Tailgaters still leading 8-5 now in the trick play battle. Most importantly, one out away from holding the Firefighters scoreless through the first four. However, Armando Becerra does have the inning-winning run over there at first.
All they got to do is just get Logan Lacey home. That's easier said than done because Christian Davis is absolutely blowing the doors off of this lineup. But Mondo does have home run hitting power. Goes right back to center field. A lot of work for Indy, and tornado catch! The Texas Tornado bucket for Indiana Stanley, who makes all 3 outs, including 2 trick plays here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now pitching for the Firefighters, number 29, Brian B.K.
Your way back home.
Trapaniier.
Brian Trapaniier takes the bump for the first time tonight, third time for the Firefighters. I'll tell you what, the first guy that he faced was Jordan Brewer with the Loco Beach Coconuts, and guess what he did? Struck him out.
Ball check.
That is an unbelievable return story here for Brian Trapaniier. You look at his inning so far here, just one inning of work. Last week in a little bit of trouble in Montgomery, but you know he's fired up. He is reaching for an earpiece. He is trying to hear us, I believe.
What's up, fellas?
Hello, BK!
Look it.
Oh my goodness, what a surprise. How was that?
Oh, that was a dream come true.
Maybe this will be a dream come true. Someone catch it. They won't.
My boys over there. How are y'all up there?
I'm going to tell you something. A little secret between me, you, and God, Brian Trapaniier. I hadn't smiled that hard in a while. Make the play here.
EJ between the legs, trick play, book it.
Boom, baby.
Yo, Bryson Wheeler has just called out the runner with the prosthetic leg. I've never seen that before.
Boys.
I'm sorry, it's John Crosser, by the way, not Bryson Wheeler. John Crosser just pulled off a prosthetic leg and called him out. BK, that's the most banana ball thing you could possibly have right there. Trick play into a prosthetic leg punchy.
Hey. I just want to throw strikes and get my boys in the game, you know?
That one looks quite good.
Get the boys back up to hit.
I know you've probably heard this a ton, but it is so good to see you again in a banana ball uniform. To feel the love that you have over the first couple of weeks with the Firefighters and just from banana ball back in the sport, what has that meant to you?
You know, just being able to be out here is a blessing. Being with this group of guys, it's even better.
BK, third different locker room you've been in banana ball now. Visitors, tailgaters last year, Firefighters this year. Tell us about those distinct differences of each locker room.
Well, with the visitors, there's a bunch of guys trying to make a name for themselves, so it's like we all came in every day, got in our work, and, you know, we were just ourselves, and then obviously you get the chance to kind of start a new brand. I'm out of breath. Sorry, boys.
You're good, man. Take a breath.
Elevation's crazy here, BK.
Yeah, you're not lying. But yeah, getting to start a new brand was awesome.
And how about that? A punchy!
Hey.
Oh, that's lovely. Do the hip shuffle there again for me.
Do the thing, BK. Do the thing.
Oh, yes, one more time. Yes.
Yes, BK.
Hips don't lie, baby.
All right,
no, they sure don't.
You're one of the very few people in this organization to go from playing to then go on the other side, the operations side, working in the warehouse, back to playing. Tell us about seeing both of those angles here in Fans First Entertainment.
You know, as a player, you see the merch and all that stuff, but you don't really know what goes into behind the scenes. So getting to kind of witness that, I mean, I just have a completely different amount of respect for those guys and girls over at the warehouse because, I mean, they could have treated me differently. I was a player. Now it's just like we're all friends.
Hold on a second. Michael Schwartz just matrixed out of the way of that foul ball, by the way. That was sweet. Michael, if you can hear us down there, good stuff. BK, now that you've worn a wig multiple times, do you wish you had long hair like that, man?
I used to have long hair like that.
Think about growing it back?
It's not that he has short hair, though.
No, he does not have short hair, just long hair like that. Would be kind of
actually
sick.
Cut it right before the visitors.
Martin.
I thought I was going to have to get a big boy job.
It's a mile high, and it will land in a tree.
You cut your hair because you thought you had to get a big boy job.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have to get a big boy job. Finally got the call in March. That I was going to be on the visitors, so I chose to rock them up.
What has been your favorite entertainment moment so far? You've been a bench, you've been a dog. Hold on one second, I'll wait for you. Oh, and he plunked him. That's the second time Kyle Martin has been hit.
I just stepped right on top of the mound, boys.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you, though. That's not the worst hit by pitch in the world. I know Kyle Martin's a little upset because that's the second time he's got hit tonight.
I didn't have any footing on that.
Is the dirt weird here or what? Is that just me?
It's very clay, but it's like also dry. But I mean, it makes sense being that we're in the West.
Can understand that. Fell right down. But hey, ball four sprint. Could have given it the potential to go two. Instead, he'll just take the one.
Yeah, I'd rather have that.
Who on the Texas Tailgaters were you most excited to punch out?
I don't know if I should answer that one. They're all my boys, but you know.
Hold on, wait till this inning is done, and if you get out of it clean, then you can answer it. They won't care, they'll all laugh.
I want to know the answer to that.
Brett and I both want to know. I think the audience wants to know too.
Hey, BK, you got a chance right here. 0-2, man.
I was about to say, hold on. We wait with bated breath. Give it to him.
Oh!
Oh, up. Yes, sir. Somebody, anybody, catch that? No. The banana breakdown guys,
hey guys,
are right
what's up?
there.
I love you. Hey, shout out Mad Dog, love you.
Thank you, Zachary Bridges, for that cameo.
Tell Zach Bridges I love him as well.
Newly engaged.
Yeah, shout out to Zach. That's my guy. He was one of the first people I told, and he was over the moon about it.
He is one of the best human beings you'll find in Banana Ball. And you are as well, BK, and you got no 2 count. Let's see if you can punch old Mac Daddy out. Yeah, you can! Yeah, you can! Tell us who you're most excited to punch out!
Let's go, boys!
Ah! Okay, never mind, BK. Thanks for doing this, bud.
Sorry, boys. Hey, I love you.
Can you answer the question real quick?
Let's go! Let's go!
Who are you most excited to strike out?
Anybody and everybody. Give me
there
anybody.
It is. Love that. Love you, BK.
Love y'all, boys.
That was sweet. Oh, my goodness. Bo the Beaver's about to do something crazy, and I'm all here for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the Bo Show. Down on the field to conquer his brand new stunt, let's hear it for the official mascot of the Firefighters, Bo the Beaver. Let's hear it for Bo the Beaver and the calendar crew.
Beaver was centimeters away from singeing his entire head on fire. Look at this. Look at the top of his head. Ah!
Oh my gosh.
It was in the fire.
Oh my gosh. Oh my.
Look at this. Oh my God.
Gosh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
For like 2 seconds.
Look at Isaac Powell in the background of that. Can we please, hold on, Lord. Can we please go back to the last replay shot you guys had? Hold on. Let's do it after a walk-up. Peanuts rolling in the deep. Play the classics, Peanut. That's right, and let the helmet bounce. Folks, I'm not sure Peanut understands. He almost just lost a mascot. While he was rolling in the deep, singing to Adele, Bo the Beaver almost lit his head on fire. Actually, no, he did light his head on fire. It just didn't stay lit. I am shocked at what just happened.
Nature's firefighter.
And boy.
Including firefighting against himself.
Holy smokes, literally. Whoever just said that in the chat, I'll credit you as Peanut sticks that booty on out of there. Takes 3-0 count.
That was crazy.
It was.
Hey, you never think you can see new things at banana ball games. Beavers catching on fire.
Chaotic. This is a new one for the Texas Tailgaters. Ball 4 sprint issued to Peanut. So he will stop it first. But again.
Yeah, first one that the Firefighters have drawn tonight.
Yep.
First ball 4 sprint.
And Peanut's quite good at drawing them ball 4 sprints, and they needed it right there. And they need it in the worst of ways right now. Texas Tailgaters have really jumped on the Firefighters. So they really got to get this guy home. And this guy, by the way, is Peanut, who is just continuing to light the world on fire. That's a 7th ball 4 sprint, leads the team. And how about Lamar? Working on a 5-game hit streak. This could be big. Out to center field. That is demolished. Indy Stanley chasing, and he catches it. You could not have hit that much better if you're Lamar Sparks, and Indy Stanley just won't quit.
Indy's having a great defensive night. Again, we talked about all his trick plays he's had tonight, but now he's stepping up in a big way, just making those great baseball plays. Lamar got all of that banana ball, but Indy able to range out there just in front of the track for out number 1.
Again, you could not have hit that much more on the screws, but instead it won't go. Mason Maxwell up the middle, right by Sonny. Peanut on his way to third. Indy was really playing far back, and Nutt is on to third. Runners on the corners. That's a big one for Mason Maxwell, who chops at Wood. And just like that, D-Mac, Diesel, has a chance to bring in the inning-winning run and really give the Fighters some momentum.
Yeah, double play or a hit or a sac fly could end the inning here.
Ball four sprint would certainly do the job as well 100%. For the Fighters. CD has been so good tonight. D-Mac singled on his first trip up. He'd like another one. He would like another one. One of the few firefighters that has played in Arizona in a banana ball game. Just like he was one of the few firefighters that played in Montgomery in those banana ball party animal games back in 2022 and 2023. So much history worn by the man wearing number 24. Please don't make it here. He won't. Way back. Shields logo, by the way, is just shouting me out to the previous North Dakota days, both you and I. Visited a good many Shields in Fargo. D-Mac swings, misses, strike 2, and it's a 2-2 count. The issue with him in the first couple of weeks was strikeouts. He tosses the bat. Jordan Barth had to dive out. It won't matter. D-Mac will do the job. Peanut scores, and the Firefighters get a much-needed run and a much-needed point to tie the game. Peanut's about to do some push-ups. Mason Maxwell is, well, he's breathing in and out with one leg up above his thighs. Fire! All over the place, and Peanut earned the push-ups. As it's now a 2-1 game, Fighters get the point. Tiny is losing his mind for good reason. And boy, we talked about it. A tough ball hit would do the job. D-Mac just did it. All right, Brett, we have to discuss this. First of all, D-Mac, he broke the bat and then some.
Yeah, the bat also hit. The end of the bat that got sawed off hit Jordan Barth at third. He wasn't able to get rid of the ball. Peanut Mason Maxwell, that was a cool run, Sally, there. But our good friend, good pal of the program, Bo the Beaver.
Okay.
We have to watch it again.
Okay.
I'm hearing that we have an unseen angle. This is Bo the Beaver almost singeing the hair off of his head.
He's used to fire, right? He's nature's firefighter. This is psychotic.
So let's, can we go as slow as we possibly can here?
All right, hold on. Pause it right there. His head is in the fire.
Keep it right there. Chat, screenshot this, take a photo of it. I mean, he's still on fire as he comes out.
His head is smoking. Look at Isaac Powell in the back, by the way.
Yep, let's get that.
Checking out. I mean, look at this.
Frame by frame here. So
head in Mikey Spandex looks like he is seeing the greatest thing on earth. Savage is over here shooting off smoke.
Roll it forward a little bit. Yep. Roll it back forward.
Come on up.
Best part is after he comes out of the ring and you see the fire on top of his head. Watch the bottom right of your screen at home. Isaac Powell, who's one of our great entertainment leads in Banana Land. Watch that Bass Pro hat just shoot up out of the bottom right of your screen.
Didn't even notice. He actually hit the ring. All right. Lower right corner. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. There's embers coming out of that man's head. Isaac Powell.
Man, that's good.
Oh, man. Lamar Sparks was watching it, too. I don't know if he can describe what he just saw. Bo the Beaver is okay. I'm looking for him right now. I don't see him out on the field. He seems to be okay. I'm going to check on his hair just to see. Javon Ray's up. Baby G has gotten out of some very, very, very difficult situations over the last couple of weeks. Little Rock pitched 2 innings where a runner was on third, struck out the last batter of the inning to leave that runner stranded. Last week in Montgomery, gave up 1 run to tie an inning, never gave up a point. And that's been the most critical part of Baby G's development. And by the way, Baby G, he ain't need no diaper, ain't need no pacifier. That's a grown man right there. But you look at his numbers right here. Shout out to Grant Bester, by the way. He's awesome at what he does. Just saying, the diaper was kind of crazy, man. 438 MPI, but the biggest thing with G-Ray is just not giving up damage. Gave up a little bit at FSU, gave up an inning-winning point, at FSU in the 7th inning, outside of that, has been really good for the Firefighters in massive situations. That one is fouled off by one of Baby G's good friends, Taj Porter.
No pacifier, no diapers, crazy out of here.
I like Graham Besser, by the way. There ain't no beef between me and G, baby. But if you got to tell me I got to go with one of these guys, I'm going with Baby G. Taj fought it off into left field. Noah's really got to get that on the track. Taj is going for 2. He'll get there easily.
Stand-up double for TP to lead off the top half of the 6th. Again, we talked about these middle innings. This is where these tailgaters are their absolute best. Jacob Pippersick going to come in and run for TP yet again. It's back-to-back plate appearances. He has reached just an excellent piece of hitting there from Taj. Inside-out action, hitting the largest celebration out there on second base, and now brother an RBI opportunity. Ooh, what a banger on 0-0 there from Javon. Beautiful breaking ball in the outer half.
Baby G with a 5-pitch mix. Swing and a miss again from brother, who's been for the most part kept relative. Look at Johnny Hummel in the background, by the way. Double thumbs up.
Good, Johnny.
Been feeling good. Baby G checks the runner at second. Now loads up and throws high.
Johnny was reading a book earlier.
That's a surprise.
What?
Just kidding.
You're saying he's illiterate?
No, he's literate. Just don't usually see him reading very much is all.
Just a hair under 42 minutes, by the way, left in this Banana Ball game. We're working to get the clock back there on the score bug, for those wondering in the chat. There it is, almost on cue.
Brother, right back up the middle. Armando, a little shallow, and that's going to land. 1 run will score, and that might be a triple.
Might be able to come all the way here, Zach.
Ooh. Held up at third. It would have been tight. Would have been tight. Everybody playing in again because of the ball 4 sprint defense. And that ends up catching the Firefighters off guard. And Mondo, who is a surefire center fielder, has to live with that one going to the track because of circumstance.
Man, what about Jacob Pippersick, dude? Guy just continues to show off the wheels. Brother continues to show off that big bat. Another ribby for him on the year. And Taylor Justice, I mean, a tailor-made RBI opportunity here, behind 0-1.
Lacey dives out, holds the runner at third, over to EJ. He couldn't get it cleanly, and he's safe. And it's such a tough throw from Lacey as Justice stays at first.
I would love to see a replay of that. If the throw bounced, that's an E5. If it didn't bounce, that's an E3, which you hardly ever see.
And that's so tough
Very
to get
quickly here. I know we got Jason already up to the dish. Yeah, that's an E3. That's an E3 there. Thank you, Blake. Go ahead.
That is as tough a throw as you can ask Logan Lacey to try to make from his knees across the diamond. And he did so. Just a tough play to make for EJ. Again, it's tough to give anybody an error there just because of how tough of a play that was. But they'll have to play on. Runners on the corners now, nobody away. And for the Firefighters, this is where you really got to salvage some damage here. You just got a point. Pulled yourself back into the game. Trick play column right now in favor of the Texas Tailgaters. So essentially you might be down 2 points. Really don't want to afford much damage here as Jason Arndt tries to swing for Majulai and misses.
Kyle Jackson just hit for the cycle. That's insane.
Psychotic as Jason Arndt swings for the fences and misses.
I know we're talking about this game here. This is insane. KJ just hit for the cycle. The MVP frontrunner in Anaheim just continuing to extend that race.
Jason Arndt swinging at that one even though it was all the way up in Cottonwood, Arizona. And now, again, a double play could really help the Fighters. Could limit the damage to 1. And Kyle Jackson, goodness gracious. Believe that's the 3rd player in Banana Ball history to hit for the cycle. Lacey to second, that's 1. Over to first, double play! And the Firefighters get out of the inning with just 1 run against the name of Javon Ray. And that's a critical play. Logan Lacey, stupendous job at third. Turns it around, gets it over to EJ. A massive one for the Firefighters, who go into the bottom half now just needing 1 run and we go to the top of the order. How about we take a peek at what's going on tomorrow? Because there's still a bunch of Nana Ball going on. If you're on the East Coast, we're gonna have some fun with the Coconuts and the Party Animals at 1 o'clock. That's from Conway, just a little west of Dirty Myrtle in South Carolina. Coconuts, man, could they pull off a sweep of the reigning World Tour champion Party Animals? We'll find out tomorrow at 1 o'clock on the East Coast. And then Texas Tailgaters Firefighters Game 2. Tejas will take over as the home team. Firefighters will be the visitors. That's at 3 o'clock over Savannah time, right here on the Firefighters YouTube channel from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah, that's crazy. We mentioned KJ with the cycle. He's the first player in Banana Ball history not named Jake Skoll to hit for the cycle in the history of our young sport. That's special stuff going on in Anaheim. But here in Scottsdale, the Texas Tailgaters have just their second arm of the ball game out there from Broomall, Pennsylvania. Joe Sperone. Rough start to the year for Joe. He'd be the first guy to tell you that. Last 2 outings, though, scoreless. Back-to-back scoreless innings from him. And again, has not struck out a guy yet this year, but has induced a lot of trick plays behind him. Again, a guy who induces a lot of soft contact. That's his calling card, as he'll face 10-1 and 2 here in the Firefighters lineup. Noah Bridges has swung a bat much better this year. Really, if he can get on base, that could be critical. He's such a danger when he gets on. As you saw in Little Rock, stole 3 bases, scored 3 runs, had 3 hits. He was just everywhere. They could really use that here. And he swings at that one in the dirt for strike 1. And again, that clock, we saw this last week with the Firefighters. Maybe not in danger territory just yet, but it's getting mighty close, and that one way in danger territory for Noah Bridges, strike 2. I think we're in good shape with the clock right now. I mean, when you ran out of time already a few times this year, I think you get a little skittish, but I think we're doing pretty good here. Both the Texas Tailgaters and the Firefighters have seen shortened clocks in their history, but mainly the Firefighters, that one inside. Tailgaters have actually made it to the 9th inning every game they've ever played. That's true. Actually, it was the Firefighters and the Animals. That's correct. The two. Correct. That have not seen the 9th inning a couple different times this year. Outside, ball 4 sprint. It's Noah Bridges aboard. Takes a peek at second, really rounds first, and then just heads back. Trick play battle, by the way. You see that popped up there on the scorebook. Tailgaters lead that 9-6. Very pertinent info. Hold on a minute, everybody. Put those paws in the air in the chat for Chief. He has not dropped a bat all year. We count that one, Brett. He got on the first try, then dropped it, okay? He got on the first try. No nerves at all. Chief is a pro. A pro's pro. I bet you anything he was scared to death for Bo. Ooh, wow, wow. Yummy for Tyner Hughes, who is an aggressive leadoff batter. He's not leadoff here as he hits that one over to Pye. Brandon Pennington able to pick that one out of the sky. Good for him. It bounced like 3 or 4 times, so it won't count as a fan called foul ball, but hey, we're enjoying the ride. Noah going for second. Taj down there, and he's out. PP with a Texas-sized cannon for out number 1. You don't run on the best arm in our sport. You just don't do it. Noah Bridges hadn't been caught stealing much this year. He is there. And the Firefighters with 1 on and nobody out, all of a sudden, 1 out, nobody on, and a 2-2 count against Tiny. They're gonna have to really claw to get out of this inning with no damage done against them in the point column. Tiny stares at it again. And that's the danger of Noah Bridges. He can steal. He's got great speed on the base pads. But Taj Porter, such a good arm as Tiny swings and golfs that one into the sky amongst the moss and bugs as Jordan Barth behind the back. Bucket! Jordan Barth. Now to double digits, the Texas Tailgaters in trick plays tonight. And JB with his 3rd one. 10-6 is the trick play battle, and the Firefighters, if they want to deny that equalizer point, really got to get something started. And they're going to have to really get something started here in form of a rally in the bottom of the 6th. They did it last week with a 4-0 deficit. Dalton Cornett puts a charge into that one. The problem is the charge is to the merge table.
Still no fan caught foul ball here in Scottsdale. The 1-1. Dalton punches that one into the ground by Taylor Justice. Sonny over to first, and just like that, side retired. So it looked like a great start to the inning for the Firefighters. Ends with another point given to the Tailgaters.
Another point for the Tailgaters, another couple of trick plays. So now taking a 3-1 lead in the ball game with the equalizer all in the balance. Now it's time for our hometown heroes.
At this time, would all veterans and active duty military service members please rise? Fans, please join us in honoring the men and women who serve this great nation as we salute our hometown heroes of the night. To our police officers, to our nurses, to our EMS workers, to our dispatchers, to our school teachers, and to our firefighters! We thank you for your service and commitment to our great country. Now, fans, this is the time we ask for everyone in attendance to please rise as we stand together with our firefighters in appreciation of the sacrifices they make each day to protect our communities. Fans, as we head into the 7th inning, please remain standing until the firefighters record the first out.
Javon Ray back up for his 2nd inning of work here. Got out of a really tough situation in the 6th. Stranded a couple of runners on, but did give up 1 run, and that run is now cashed into a point like it is a casino chip. And so now the Firefighters down 2 and really down in the trick play column, an 11-6 deficit. Right now the Texas Tailgaters hold basically a 4-1 lead, and that might get larger. No, it won't. Noah Bridges underneath, pulls it in the old-fashioned way, and it's out 1.
That's interesting. Noah did not go for the tip drill there. Again, down 3 points to 1. I understand that, but when you look at our trick play battle here, the Tailgaters leading that 11-6. It's vital. It's vital for these Firefighters to try and negate the equalizer point today.
You wonder, there's been a couple of trick plays gone wrong in some critical situations for the Firefighters, so you wonder if that kind of gives some horror stories. But man, to surrender a point where you're basically relying on the 9th inning to kind of get you back into it fully, that's tough.
It's also tough when you're facing potentially Reese Miller.
Correct.
9th inning with a, at least right now, 2-point lead.
Potentially a 3-point lead if this trick play column continues to stay in favor of the Texas Tailgaters as Nick Lopez comes aboard, swings at the first strike. It's 2-1, make it 3-1. Javon, one of the things he's wanted to do this year is work a little more up in the zone, and you see right there when he goes low, it's been a lot of misses. That one, oh man, Lope thought he had ball 4 sprint, safe harbor rule, stepped out of the box, but he will not be penalized for it. That one is a ball 4 sprint, and Baby G didn't like it, does not matter. Lope rounds first, stays put, all 7 fielders now have to touch it.
Can I say something? Can I say something? Javon's got a serious gripe there. I mean, the 3-1 was a little hair off the plate. I'm watching this now, watching this 3-2 pitch back. That's middle at the belt. That's a great pitch from Javon.
That is a good pitch, man. I just saw it too. That's a tough one to not see. But now Jordan Barth takes a healthy hack at that one. This dude, by the way, just an absolute menace on a handball court. Racquetball. I'm sorry, handball. What am I thinking?
4-time national champion in racquetball
and international champion.
Yeah.
You can just go and combine it. That dude has won all over the world at racquetball as he rackets that one right into the corner, and it's fair. Lands for a base knock. That'll certainly score 1. Lope heading around. That one got away from the cutoff. 1 run does score. And it's an RBI double for Jordan Barth.
All the guy does is hit, man. I mean, that's all he's ever done at any level of baseball he's played. It just all he does is hit. 303, 19 home runs last year playing indie ball, and right there you see that swing, man, just able to get the barrel to the ball. It just missed the home run. And Grayson, that one's gone.
Yep.
And right there, one hops off a 345 RBI double, and now another run for the Tailgaters here in the top of the 7th. I love Jordan Barton.
I can tell.
I talked to him. Guy just has such a positive attitude. He's like, Brett, it's all starting to come together. Kyle Martin technically tonight has not had an at-bat. He's had 3 plate appearances. Why, you may ask? Been hit by a pitch twice and has a 2 RBI ball 4 sprint.
It's a painful way to get on base a bunch, but he'll do it nonetheless as Sidney Neighbors gets out of the way of that one.
He's such a tough at-bat, man.
Yep. This is a pros pro, AB. Firefighters really have to be able to play with fire here and not burn themselves too much. This could be a potential 5-1 game with the trick play column in favor of the Tailgaters by 5. That's inside, and guess what? Kmart's first AB officially in the books is a backwards K.
Tailgaters have had a lot of those tonight. It's a great pitch from Javon there on the inner half to Kyle Martin. Taking a second look at that, yeah, that's just a 2-seamer that bites back over. Great pitch there from Javon.
Man's got a 5-pitch mix for a reason. He really wants to be as unpredictable as possible, run you a 4-seam, a 2-seamer you just mentioned, change your slider, and every now and then a curveball as well. He's been wanting to work the curveball. He thinks that's what's really kind of helped him get through some innings this year. He could really use it here. 0-2 count quickly to Mac Danford, and he has to matrix out of that one. Runner on second is Jordan Barth. Has plated a run this inning via double, and Mac Danford goes down swinging. So Baby G, again, second straight inning where he gives up 1, but no more than that, and that'll end the frame. But again, the Texas Tailgaters give up a point. Baby G maybe thought he earned a strikeout on a second AB. He does not. And now there are 2 shirtless men on the field standing next to Kaz Egan, who stands 6 feet 7 inches tall. I will not make the joke, and if you do in the comment section, well, it's time to reevaluate yourselves. Let's actually take a look at what's going on with these shirtless men.
John, on your mark, get set, go! It is even right now. Right now they are going to put on their beautiful banana ball robe. Yeah, get that robe on. Now they got to get their slippers on. Sean and John, this is a close one. Who can put on their slippers fastest? They're tiptoeing to third base. Now this is where they're going to get a wonderful, creamy facial. And it looks like John is in the lead. Come on home to the spa. And just like that. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your winner, John. That was Spa-mageddon.
Now pitching for the Tailgaters, number 24, John Reed.
Well, that was sure interesting. Shirtless men jumping into kiddie pools. It just screams our sport. You know what else screams our sport? Is that left-handed reliever wearing number 24 for the team in white and pinstripes. John Reed was last year's closer for the Texas Tailgaters, really worked his way into it. A little bit of a rocky start here, that 11.25 ERA. I'd like to bring that way down.
Johnny Boy just, again, not able to pitch last weekend due to some sickness issues, and now getting back out on the bump. I think this is big for him. You know, he kind of found his groove last year against the Firefighters and carried that out throughout the rest of the year. You know, you go back, that Noah Bridges walk-off home run came off of Johnny Boy. After that, he was absolutely nails last year down the stretch. And I think having John Reed now back and being able to face the Firefighters, we get 2 balls, no strikes. Brother!
Hey!
How are you tonight, my friend?
Oh, fantastic. What's going on?
You know, 3-1 lead. Tailgaters leading at 11-6 in the trick play battle. And you've been swinging the stick pretty well tonight. I didn't know you could run that well.
I'm not quite picking up what you're saying. Did you say you didn't know I can run that well?
Nope, did not know that. Had no idea. No idea.
All right.
Brother, if you can hear me, just talk. Just talk.
We got 3. We got 3.
We do have 3. As in,
All right.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4 spread on the table.
All
the fans could help John
What
Reed.
a night. Scottsdale's been electric. The energy's been through the roof. Oh, there's no roof. If there were one. right through it.
Appreciate the help on that one, Jose. Lacey chopper.
All the way back, just like I said. All right, I can hear myself pretty well now.
Well, that's good. We try again with a 3-2 count.
Oh.
Lacey, ouch. But it'll stay alive.
Brother, we can hear you.
Yes.
Brother, can you hear us?
Brett Loftus, I'm trying my best. If I stand still in a 45-degree angle. There we go, baby, come on. Just like this, right here, the crane position. Oh, I think I got you.
You got me.
Nope, not quite. Maybe oh, here we go, I got you.
Oh.
I can't move though.
You know, it's crazy. I can hear you the whole time. Brother, if you lose us again, just keep talking.
Right.
Just keep talking.
I'm like an antenna. There we go. Oh, yeah, baby. Come on. Come on.
Reed throws it to first.
Yeah,
what a play by Johnny Boy.
Yeah, John. Woo! That boy. All right. Hey, Brett Loftus, talk to me, man. Out there, I can hear you.
I think if you didn't hear that, brother, you're not going to hear anything.
All right.
I'll be honest with you.
I found out what it is. All right, my butt's too big. I got to face this way.
Oh,
dude,
gosh.
seriously, I can hear you every time I look this way, but as soon as I turn around,
folks are saying you got a badonkadonk.
Uh-oh.
Jose, if something gets hit to right, just stay turned around, bud.
All right.
It's 3-0 count.
We got 3.
To Armando Becerra.
We got 3. Keep it in. Come on in now, brother.
All right.
Look at it turned around.
Oh, not too close. All right, here we go. Come on. Ooh,
so ball four sprint defense.
We're there. All right, yeah, no shot. Oh, boy.
Brother, I love your commentary running in for ball four sprint defense there.
Brother, can you wave if you can hear me? Oh, good.
Oh, but guess what's the common denominator?
Your badonkadonk is facing us.
That's right.
People are saying in the chat that you got that's what you got.
I got to hear this. What'd they say?
They said you got a badonkadonk. Turn around though. John's about to throw the pitch.
Right.
Yep, 100%.
They're saying Cal Raleigh ain't the only big dumper.
Oh, the pyro. That's a good one. Never done that before.
Never done what? Pyro?
Pyro, yeah, that's
yeah,
big.
man.
I love you turning around. Can we go to a wide angle, brother? Turning around?
That's a crazy shot, huh?
I really want something hit to right field just to see how this would go.
Patch. Over the shoulder patch is going to be crazy, though. Just I'm going to be able to hear what you're saying as I'm running. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
And then he turns back around.
Yeah, I mean,
brother, just don't forget to hit my pitch, Sally.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna be so.
Peanut in the left center field, a base knock. Mondo's gonna come around and score the inning tying run.
Ooh, Indy, man, that's not good.
Yeah, you all right, Indy?
Yeah, make sure he's good, brother.
Indy, you good?
Yeah, he seems good.
Indy, you good? All right.
Tell him you're mic'd up.
Indy, I'm mic'd up.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, so you can hear us. That's just confirmation.
Yes. All right, sideways works.
I really am curious how this is going to go. Lamar, to the fans.
Come on.
I beg you, get out of the way! Hey, they do. Okay, good. There were some 8-year-olds that were in some troubling positions there. Brother, how you feeling out there, man? You've run a lot in this inning.
This is going to be the best shape I'm ever going to be in.
There it is.
Playing banana ball. Yeah, that's on me. Hey, coming to you, Sunshine, coming to you. Come on, come on. Yeah, come on, man, how about that? And that's right, I'm running backwards.
Bucket!
All the way in.
Oh, man, that's one trick play closer to the equalizer point.
That's right.
Able to push. Hey, brother, I love you.
I love you too, Brett Loftus.
Playing a heck of a game. I hope we talk to you in just a bit.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro. Come on, baby.
Hey,
great
tell
stuff
Indy we love him too.
Hey, Indy, Brett Loftus loves you. Yeah, you do.
Love you guys.
Hey, brother, tell him I'm just acquaintance with him.
Michael Swartz will be chatting you up in a little bit. I hope so, brother. That was that RBI single there from Caden Peanut Grade. Tailgaters still lead it 3-1 after brother, who was on the mic. A little tip drill. Trick play with he and Sonny. And a new arm. Here's Zach Staten for your Firefighters.
It is the man, not the myth. He's a legend when it comes to the speed. Zach Philly Phillips. This dude pitches lightning quick. 2 of the fastest frames in the history of banana ball are thrown by that man with a left arm sleeve. His first inning with the Firefighters was completed in 1 minute and 27 seconds. Now, the last couple of frames, not where he wanted to be. That 9.9 ERA, would like to bring that down. There's been a couple of instances, though, like his second game in Grayson Stadium, a missed play, a missed out, really put him in bad shape, and of course some damage got done against him. The Firefighters could really help him out here. And by the way, trick play column, I believe, is 12-6 in favor of the Texas Tailgaters.
It is 12-6. Is that correct, Blake O'Hara?
So essentially,
12-6.
The Firefighters need a triple trick play plus 2 trick plays. They need 3 double trick plays. There's a lot of math in my head. Or they need an act of God to get 6 out in this frame.
So basically, they just need to go ahead and concede the trick play battle.
I mean, essentially, as Taj Porter doesn't even put the bat up to his shoulder. Philly working quickly, and this is something I've talked to a couple of the catchers about, is how you catch up with a guy like Philly when he's doing his thing. Speedy as Armando goes for the tip drill. It'll be 1, but that'll be nice. Mondo Becerra ranging on over. That was put into some troubling positions.
Unfortunately, though, Zach, him going for the single trick play right there, you have 2 more outs to get, and you're down 5 trick plays.
Hey, if there's
it's mathematically impossible for you to win the trick play battle now.
Not yet. Triple trick play could really turn things into something.
Yeah, but
it has to be a triple trick play.
That would just be 2 outs, which would get you to 10, and you'd still be trailing by 2 trick plays.
Double play would do the job, or double trick play would do the job, but that's not going to help him. His brother just continues his awesome night.
Zach, I don't think you're following me on my math here.
I know what your math is. Essentially, they need 5 trick plays to get this thing done.
And that's not going to happen. That's mathematically impossible at this point. Because you would only be able to get a triple trick play
on a double play.
That would put you at 10. So, in theory, the Tailgaters have already run the equalizer point.
Probably.
And we're not going to hammer that home, but that's like 99% sure.
I have been trained not to give absolutes out in this world.
No,
boy, this could really help the Fighters. And it went to the roof.
But let's play hypotheticals. I love playing hypotheticals.
I know you do.
If we even had a double trick play on the next 2 outs, that'd bring you to 4. They'd still trail by 1 in the trick play battle.
Correct. It's pretty much over.
It is. That's good, man. I love talking through that for the fans.
I do too.
It's good discourse.
Taylor Justice. Can somebody help us? Boy, I thought that kid in a red hat was about to do it.
I did too.
He would have been a legend. Instead, he's just another kid. Not really, though. We love all the kids here. Just, would have really stood out if you were somebody different. TJ, right field. Mason Maxwell, he'll hold the runner at third.
Good hold again from Penny. And now a man we hadn't seen since the 3rd inning take a swing. 2nd inning, I should say, Zach Watson. Jason Ark came in and played for him. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Waddy back up at the dish. Jacob Pippersick running at first over there for Taylor Justice. Oh! That's 500 miles foul, Zach Steen.
But boy, it was hit 500 miles. You gotta get to 500 miles first, and that popped off the bat of Zach Watson. Zach on Zach attack here. We see who wins in the Battle of Z's. That Bender outside. Well, again, thought that one might have been good. It was not. It's a 2-1 count. Talk to catchers about what it's like to catch Philly when he's working this quickly and you don't have a ton of signals to work with. And it is a learning curve for the catchers. And this will be one for Zachary Bridges tonight behind the plate. 3-1 with 3 Zachs in frame. Make it a ball 4 sprint. So 1 run will score here for the Texas Tailgaters. Firefighters were playing way back on ball 4 sprint defense.
They had to, though, Zach.
Yep.
You'd rather concede the 1 run there that you know you're going to concede on a ball 4 sprint than play up. Waddy burns you on a double, and then both runs come home to score.
It is entirely true. And now Jordan Hussein up, lifts that foot out of there. And right now, Philly, the biggest issue just seems to be just finding that consistent strike zone. You know how potent he can be. Maybe the fans can help him here finally. Can someone do it? No, my goodness, man. Saw multiple gloves over there. Someone bring it in.
He had on the Firefighters head, too.
Yes, he did. Sabotage, I tell you. Hussein, double shot? Nope.
Roof is relatively low here.
It really is. Seen a couple that would really put you in play in other parks. It's just getting out of here. playing some games. J5, that's through, and another run scores.
It's our captain, man. First hit of the night, RBI single. That'll turn over the lineup card back to the top of the order. And again, you got to feel really good if you're the Tailgaters right now. 2-0 in the inning, lead by 5 in the trick play battle as well.
Runners on first and second. That might change here. Mondo tracking it. Does he have a beat? You sure bet he does. Runners are going to tag it from both first and second. Tiny throw not in time, and that, if it wasn't conceded already, now they've truly conceded. The
Tailgaters have won the equalizer point. That is correct, Zach Staten. So we won't officially update the scoreboard yet, but the Tailgaters have won the equalizer point.
So this will be a 4-1 score by the time we go to the bottom half, and it very well might be 5-1 by the time we exit the bottom half. And the Firefighters, who scored 5 runs in a frame last week in Montgomery, as that is a laser to the press box.
Hope everyone's okay.
Probably put a dent in that bad boy. Nobody over there. It was above a window, so we were all set. Right back up. Tiny goes through the legs for the love of the game. Over to first, but not before 2 runs come across. So Zach Phillips, does limit the damage, but not before 2 runs cross. Texas Tailgaters going to win the point for the equalizer point. So it's 4-1. It could very well be 5-1 by the time we exit the bottom of the 5th. And the Firefighters, if they want a shot, really need to get something going here as we light our phones up here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we sing about home. I'm sure Grubb is thinking about his mom right now.
As we roll down some familiar road, and although this wave is streaming us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down.
Scottsdale, we love you so very much. Keep the energy high, and let's go Firefighters!
We just saw Chief with a phone in his mouth. It's the goodest boy on the face of the earth. It's unfortunate right now he can't put the phone in his mouth with a lead in his back pocket. And look at this. A new pitcher on the mound.
Matthew Fletcher, man, Division III guy, pitched at LaSalle University. We told you about it in the past couple weeks. Fletch has been able to come out, and he's trying to find his footing early on in his banana ball career. Was not signed to the Tailgaters until later on in the year. Had a scoreless outing his last time out, starting to really drive that ERA back down. Back-to-back scoreless outings, I should say, for Fletch. And now, very excited. He told me this has been his best week of prep since he's been in banana ball. Feels like he's finally ramped up to where he should be. He threw his pins this week, felt very good about that. I'm excited to watch him face the bottom half of this order here for the Firefighters.
And you wonder here, so we've seen this strategy played a couple different times, as the Firefighters have conceded the equalizer point to the Texas Tailgaters. So you see a 3-1 lead. That is essentially 4-1. That'll get changed right now. Mason fought that one into left field, and that'll sure work. A couple of shots for Mason Maxwell to reach, and he does.
Yeah, a couple singles tonight for Mace. Trying to right his wrongs early on in the year, and that'll help him in a big way with a multi-hit ball game.
Now, for the Firefighters, I was just saying this, you wonder at some point, do they use the golden at bat here in the bottom half as Mason will move on to second as D-Mac shows athleticism?
I think that's a great point there, Zach.
Do they
However,
use it? Where do you use it?
Yeah.
Because Noah Bridges has swung a good bat. D-Mac clearly
and
has
then you
potential.
go to the top of the order after that.
Yep. But that's why. You wonder, as D-Mac just rockets this one into left field, but Zach Watson there to clean it up.
If you're asking me what I would do, I wouldn't use it right here.
Yeah, it's probably tough too. And we are going to stop the presses because it's Chief again. D-Mac was doing push-ups in front of him. Good boy, Chief. We're just, hey, baby steps here. Baby step. That pine tar must taste disgusting for Chief.
I imagine it would taste great.
No, probably not. It smells like, well, pine and tar.
Good.
Yeah. Fletcher, that's popped up by Noah, and it will stay on the roof.
Yeah, it's a tough, man. Once you get behind by 3 points or more in a banana ball game, it's tough to know when you want to use your golden batter. Now, if they don't score 2 runs here, they could be down 4-1, if not 5-1.
It would be 5-1 if they cannot play 2. And Noah just able to get that one fouled away. Yes, he did. Didn't see a clear call there.
Poor Reggie did.
Reggie's taking a beating behind the plates. He's a tough man.
You know, I had an Uber driver in Savannah on St. Patrick's Day.
Good.
Who knew Reggie Liggins.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Reggie's from the Houston area.
Okay.
Gentleman that was my Uber driver is from the Houston area.
Spring, potentially?
He didn't say particularly where. He knew
cool.
Reggie Liggins. And I was like, yeah, I love that guy. That's great home plate umpire.
Ooh, boy, that is a good pitch to throw there. Also, I just got to say, there are moths everywhere here. There are moths all over the stadium. Noah. Oh, my goodness. How do you lay off that one? I don't know. That would have broken my knees in half. But Noah does not. Ball 4 sprint would bring Mason in, and it will. So a good patient AB by Noah. And boy, he got out of the gates quick. And he will get in safely. Mason crosses 2-1 in the inning and a runner on second.
Yeah, it's important, Zach. It's very important here for the Firefighters to score Noah Bridges and negate the inning. At least push, if not win the inning.
Correct. And by the way, the one thing you've seen consistently with the Firefighters, even from Darren McDowell's double, they have stayed aggressive on the base paths. The one thing you cannot fault the Firefighters for. They stay aggressive. Now, the mistakes, absolutely. They're going to kill you. But if there's one thing you can't say about the Firefighters, they will try like the blazes. As a moth just came into the booth and has chased me all around. Brett didn't move, by the way.
Chat's talking about the way I say Savannah. Is that?
Say it again. Hold that thought, because Tiny has just tied the inning. The former visitor turned fighter continues to torch banana ball left and right. Chop that wood.
That's great and all, but I just want to know what's so wrong with the way I say Savannah. I'm serious.
This just really hurts you.
What is wrong?
This just really hurts you.
I don't know if you guys like it or not. I met Tyner in Savannah.
Tiny's good.
Met him there when he was a visitor last year.
Love a good Tyner Hughes.
Dalton Cornett, chance to walk off the inning.
Really could help here. He'll foul that one off. Drew Yanesta trying to play defense against his own guy.
Yes, in the chat, mentioned Scorebug says 4-1. Yes, because the equalizer has already been awarded here on the broadcast.
Correct.
Not yet in the ballpark.
Tailgaters walked into the bottom half, and Dalton Cornett might have just walked this thing off. Noah, I'm sorry, that's Tyner. He is coming home. Sliding safe! It's a tight play. Mick throws the hat. He wants a challenge. Taj really didn't play that one up. Trying to deke that one out. And there is a challenge. Oh, baby. The Firefighters think they've walked the frame off. We go to the monitor to find out.
Ooh, I'm intrigued to see this one.
I am too. Look, Taj really deking this out.
Can we slow that down? Can we slow
I
that
cannot
down?
see the plate from that angle.
I can't really see a whole lot here, Zach, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Reggie Liggins has a great angle of this.
He does. We can't see.
I can't see.
Tags him.
Yeah, from that angle, I can't tell if he tagged him.
Roll it very slowly, very slowly.
Man, I think he misses the tag there. I don't see a tag placed until there.
Do we have a view maybe from low one? I know the Firefighters are probably blocking that view, but if we had a view from low one, or low three even, low three
could help us quite a bit.
Because you're right, you can't tell there on the
And Logan Lacey just helped his team out, by the way, standing where he did. He might not know it. Oh, they confirm it. Not even standing, it's confirmed. And so, Dalton Cornett, his first walk-off here in Scottsdale. And so the Firefighters do salvage the point. It's now 4-2, and that's much better than trying to come back from 3.
And I think that's a great call. You did not have enough to overturn that call. Kaz, talk to us.
But the thing about banana ball is the final inning means the most, as every run scored counts as a point. The Firefighters need just 2 runs to stay alive and only 3 runs to secure a victory. Scottsdale, Arizona, it all comes down to this. This is the final inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, Sam Tenez.
Son of a gun, I'm like a titan that's rising, oh just to watch. I'm stepping into fame, there is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me, this is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Ladies and gentlemen, entering the game to pitch for the Firefighters, the closer, number 18, Ben Dom III.
So in the final frame of this bad boy, the Firefighters turn the banana ball over to Benjamin Dum, the third of his kind. The man is the reigning and now defending pitcher of the year in the sport of banana ball. So far, his numbers have not been up to the standard he sets for himself. Don't let that fool you. This is a guy that when push comes to shove, he will find his footing. He will get himself in order. And this is the kind of guy you want on the bump when you just need to get a clean out.
You want a crazy stat for you? To tell you how good Ben Dum was last year in 2025. He gave up 5 earned runs the entire year.
Yep.
He's already given up 8 earned runs in 2026.
And some of those have just been clean barrels put on him.
100%.
It's just been tough hitting.
But I make that point to say, we know how good he was last year. We know where he's going to get back to. We know how good he was against the Texas Tailgaters last year. Having to face the heart of the order here, 3, 4, and 5, Barth, Martin, and Danford. Yep. Barth and Martin have only been retired twice combined tonight.
Yep. Kmart, statistically speaking, has 1 plate appearance. As fire goes off behind Reggie Lickens, who at this point has taken multiple banana balls off the face mask. You wonder if fire would phase him as that one goes well into the streets of Scottsdale. Might be going to get some in and out.
Megan Wiggins in the chat. Auntie Wiggs at home due to injury. Happy she's watching tonight.
Meg, hope you're doing well. JB, high and to the sky. Moths surrounding it. Would save a kitten from a tree. It will not land as a hit. Showtime. No, I beg your pardon. That's Peanuts.
That was good.
Thank you.
I like that.
You have up the elevator shaft. I would say climbs the ladder.
That's good.
So the Firefighters with 1 down. That's good. You need more. Kmart, such a tough retirement. And really, you look at this. Former minor leaguer gets former minor leaguer. Kmart, a legend. That's an excuse me swing and a half. Lacey lost it on the transfer, and that goes into the dirt and well beyond. And so Lacey trying to go for the trick play for the love of the game. Instead throws it into the netting. Kmart will stop at second.
Man, I'm the Firefighters right there, and I'm Val Perez. I'm telling them, we don't need to go for trick plays right here. We're down by 2 points in the top of the 9th. We got to get outs and give it to the bats.
Yeah, I'd love to see a replay. You wonder if that's sometimes just muscle memory when you're going for trick plays so many times.
Yep.
Maybe it's muscle memory. I don't know. Lacey is not one to have one go by him very much. And as I say that, right back over to EJ. So how about that? Logan Lacey says, my apologies for that one. Let me just throw this guy out and keep Kmart at second. By the way, Kyle Martin and his wife sat and ate lunch with them on our way back from the Banana Land at Sea Cruise. They talked to me about ice cream. 2 wonderful folks. Absolutely wonderful people.
You know
sat with me and Christian Dearman.
I ate lunch with them on the way to Banana.
Did you really? Good. Yeah, we sat down. I think I had Chick-fil-A. I can't remember what they had.
Oh, no, on the way to Tallahassee. I'm sorry.
There it is. Hey, still Florida.
Me, him, Biko, and Travis had lunch in a tropical smoothie cafe.
That's beautiful.
Great.
Love our friends at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Go with an island green detox.
I'm more of a blimey-limey type of guy myself.
Good. The Green Island detox, man, it just helps me get the nutrients I need. Substitute that ginger out for a little straw. Peanut, that's a tough play. Back over to first, in time for the out. Nut makes us go nuts. And the side is retired, importantly, with nothing coming across the plate. Remember, in the final frame, all runs count as points. And now for the fighters, 3, 4, and 5 are due up. That would be Logan Lacey. That would be Eric Jones Jr. That would be Armando Becerra. But due up onto the mound here for the Texas Tailgaters is one of the fastest rising arms in our sport.
Man, I love this guy. Native of Houston, Texas.
They call him Reese's Cup.
Just got drafted in the 2026 inaugural Banana Ball player draft in the 3rd round. He throws a slider that looks like a boomerang. He has a headband. He wears sunglasses during the day that makes him look like the most mysterious man in the world, and he's looking to get his 3rd save of the year. And the Texas Tailgaters, 5th win of 2026. His name is Reese Miller. 6 strikeouts, a 2-ball, 4 sprints. You see that ERA, 3.6 so far this year. Reese Miller, as Zach mentioned him, quickly becoming one of the high risers when you're talking about late inning arms. You know Drew Gillespie. You know Ben Dunn III. We all know Danny Hosley, the greatest closer in the young history of Banana Ball. This young man from Houston, Texas, Reese Miller, is making his name very early on and trying to add another chapter in that book here tonight to put the Tailgaters ever so closer to locking up a spot in the inaugural Banana Ball Open. However, you mentioned it, Zach Staten. He has to face the heart of this Firefighters lineup.
Eric Jones Jr. is the 4th man up. The guy in the on-deck circle is Logan Lacey. The guy in the 5 hole, Armando Becerra. Those are the kinds of guys, along with Dalton Cornett, you want in the situation. They are not the kinds of guys you would Golden AB for. You need 1 or 2 of them to get on board. After that, Peanut is 6. Lamar Sparks in the 7 hole. There's not a ton of places where you would Golden AB for somebody in this Firefighter lineup. And that is a long statement away from where you were just a year ago. But are you tempted, if you're Val Perez, to send Dalton Cornett, who just walked off the 8th inning? Are you tempted to put him right back up there? You know he's good in big situations. Righty on lefty could be trouble.
I'll tell you what, Zach, if it were me, the only way I'm employing the golden batter for anybody of Lacey, Jones, and Becerra is if I get a guy on base, because then I got Caden Green, who still is yet to be retired here tonight, who would be due up 4th if they make it there in the lineup.
And that is, again, this is the kind of lineup that you want up against a guy like Reese, and that is a beautiful pitch to lead this thing off. Reese was playing in Abu Dhabi when he was drafted. It was up till like 3 o'clock in the morning, his local time, to get the call from Joe Mikulik in the bunch. And now he's up 0-2.
And then Max Young Goldberg playing over there in Dubai in the United Baseball League.
The 0-2. Lacey swings and misses, and just like that, he sits down on 3 pitches.
Reese Miller, out number 1.
And that wasn't even the slider. We've heard stuff of legends about that frisbee of a slider. That was right down Broadway.
There was a slider.
That one was. And EJ knew it and wanted it. They just need a runner on, but it's so tough against Reese. EJ stays with that one, 1-1. Wow. EJ thought it was off the plate, away. He's a patient approach. Will Reese give him something to hit? No, he won't. Slider going into the dirt. And just like that, 2 up and 2 down, set down by 2 swinging strikeouts.
Last hope here for these Firefighters, Armando Becerra. He's got to face the best slider in this sport. One of the up-and-coming closers in this sport, and Reese Miller, a young man who's trying to put himself by himself second place in the sport with his 3rd save.
That slider does run inside, does lefty help for the Firefighters. So far, the 2 strikeouts have come after some sliders going away. Can Armando Becerra work something? High into the skies. Sunny underneath. And the Texas Tailgaters come to Arizona and extinguish the flames.
What a win, man. That was just a downright good banana ball game tonight. The Texas Tailgaters win it by a final of 4-2, winning 3 innings and the equalizer point, and Reese Miller with his 3rd save of the year. How about those boys in blue and orange? 5th win of the year means you gotta dance a little bit. Man, that's beautiful stuff, Zach Staten again. In a series last year that was split between these 2 teams at 2-2, I don't want to say the Tailgaters dominated tonight by any means, but they clearly had the upper leg most of the night. The Firefighters still played a very, very good ball game, and Bradford Webb, man, still very impressed with him. The Tailgaters just have seemed to have his number. Once they jumped out to that 2-0 lead, Firefighters were just playing behind the 8 ball most of the ball game.
You could see he labored through some really troubling situations. And you looked at the stat column just there. It was 10 hits to 8. But the Tailgaters got a couple of ball 4 sprints. And that's where it really, really helped for the Tailgaters. They just took advantage of some bad pitches, and that trick play equalizer point just proves to be
Tailgaters
so solid.
2nd in the league coming into this weekend in trick plays. Something that they hurt so badly in last year was trick plays. And again, this year, it's just been a blessing to watch this team. Double-digit trick plays, it seems like almost every single night, just continuing to do what they're supposed to do. That's led by Jonathan Sunshine Looters, by the way. That's having him as your designated fielder for all 9 innings without having to swing. He posed that rule to Jesse Cole. He fought for that rule, and now we have that rule. And now we have our showman of the night, Michael Schwartz. Talk to our good friend, brother.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is the guy you were talking to in right field. He just happens to be the guy who went 3 for 4, a double, a triple, an RBI, 2 trick plays. What was it about this Arizona crowd that made you do that?
I mean, it's just the energy. Like I said during when I was playing, it's been through the roof since the gate opened till this very moment. It's been awesome.
We're hearing, I'm pretty sure I heard, that KJ, Kyle Jackson, hit for the cycle in Anaheim.
No way.
So now that would mean, guys, correct, that he is tied for home runs right now for 3. What's your message to KJ?
Hey, man, he can swing it. He looks it. He moves it. Yeah, he's a good comp. I love it.
Were the guys talking about your butt out there?
They were, yeah.
Do you want to show them? I mean, let's do a post.
All right, this is, yep, all right. Comments, hashtag honky tonk badonky donk.
Okay, we gotta get the badonky donk and send it right back up to you guys in the booth for some heat from Arizona Heat.
That's so good, Michael. A lot of badonkadonk talk down there. Jose Brother Gonzalez, man, excellent walk-up he had here tonight, showing off the moves, showing off the trick plays, had the trap catch in the 1st inning of the ball game, and again, had that big triple. Zach, that really turned the momentum on its head, I felt like, and then again, another trick play, tip drill with Jonathan Sunshine Looters. Just such an impressive night. When we talk about showman of the game, it's stuff like that. Having that signature walk-up, having a couple of trick plays, couple of base knocks, man. He was just really able to lead the charge tonight for a team that for the first time in their history, we talked about earlier this year, getting a winning record. Now for the first time ever, 2 games over 500 at 5-3.
For the Firefighters, I think you look, you're down 2 runs in the game overall, and you lose by 2 points. They didn't have that one blow-up inning against them. The problem is they couldn't respond, and that's what they did against the Clowns last weekend. It's what they did against the Coconuts. They put the pressure on them.
Now, as we go to Sunday, the Firefighters responded very well in Arkansas when they were the visiting team. They obviously responded well last week in Montgomery, Alabama when they were the visiting team. Do they have that visiting team sort of back against the wall mentality tomorrow? Again, knowing now with the Banana Ball open standings, Coconuts won today. They're 3-5. Firefighters are now 3-5. They got to win to stay ahead in the overall record.
I think that's important to talk about the standings as we roll into like our final thoughts here of the show. The Bananas were up 4-0 in the 8th. I don't know if they ended up holding on. I would presume so. So if they did, they're now 8-1.
Yep.
Tailgaters have now moved into second place in the Banana Ball Championship League standings at 5-3. Party Animals at 4-4. I mean, this is such a great stretch that we're going to have down the stretch here. Nobody's hardly separated by a whole lot. Tailgaters now with a 2-game lead on the Firefighters. Yep. That is paramount going into tomorrow.
It really is.
Paramount going into tomorrow's Zach Stadium.
It really is. And one of the things that the Texas Tailgaters took advantage of today, the equalizer point, as we welcome you back up here inside the Dispatch Center. Well, before that, actually, let's look at tomorrow's schedule. Coconuts, Party Animals, Conway, South Carolina, Dirty Myrtle. We're going to have some fun. 1 o'clock, and then Tailgaters, Firefighters right back here. Tomorrow we'll reverse it. It's the Firefighters visiting team, Texas Tailgaters home team.
That's 4 p.m. Eastern, by the way, not 3 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern for those watching on the East Coast. So we'll go 1 p.m. Eastern, Coconuts, Party Animals, and then we'll be with you guys at 4 p.m. Eastern here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Zach, this is a lot of fun. This Firefighters bunch is a really good ball club. I think that's something we knew, though, right? Both teams have improved so much from where they were last year. Let's call it what it was. These two teams were they were the redheaded stepchildren last year.
Yes, they were.
I mean, they combined for 15 wins.
Yep.
And now this year, seeing the product that both the Firefighters and the Tailgaters have put onto the field, this is why we had the draft. This is why we've been able to bring in all this new talent. You have a lot more parity across the board. Listen, I know that team in yellow is still that team in yellow, is still sitting atop the standard. But the Tailgaters are ahead of the Party Animals in the standings. The Firefighters are fighting for that last spot in the open. Like, this is what Banana Ball is supposed to be. We looked at it earlier when we looked at the trick play battle here tonight. 12-8 is what it finished at. Tailgaters leading that. Like, these are two teams that are pushing each other in all facets of the game. Firefighters lineup continuing to do its thing and starting pitching tomorrow with your probable starter in Austin Temple. Tailgaters probable starter, been arguably the best starter in the sport thus far in Chris Clark. Like, we're going to have another banger of a ball game here tomorrow from Scottsdale.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see how the Firefighters handle a guy like Chris Clark, who was just absolutely shoved throughout the first couple of games here in 2026. Meanwhile, Firefighters have had a really good, enjoyable story from Austin Temple. IFB is popping out, by the way. We're just popping off here in Scottsdale. Austin Temple has been really good to start out 2026. If he can keep that form, the Firefighters have a chance tomorrow, especially. We think we'll see Jared Donaldson. He is taking a red eye here as we speak to come back in from a wedding back on the East Coast. That's how committed he is, by the way, to Banana Ball. Donnie trying to get back here with sleep still in his eyes. So,
big news, too. Austin Temple entering the weekend led Banana Ball in strikeouts.
Yep.
Like, I know it's been an up and down year a couple times, but Austin Temple, when he's got it, he's got it. So tomorrow, I'm not going to say it's a must-win. It's not a must-win. There's not a must-win. Only must-wins, I will say, in playoffs. But it's about as close as you get to a 9th game of the regular season must-win as you'll ever have when looking at the Open.
This IFB is wanting to fight for me for my life here, essentially. So
the Beaver versus Fire, Zach Staten versus the IFB.
It's just the way it goes at this point. You know, Drake had the problem with the IFB when we mocked our draft. He lost one in his ear, by the way. So I'm probably about to do that myself. Texas Tailgaters, a tremendous offensive performance, maybe even better defensively. They win at 4-2, and they set sail into tomorrow, right back here at Scottsdale, as the home team Firefighters back up against the wall. We see what the response is from the Fire and the Flames. Brett Loftus, what a night here in Arizona.
Great night, a lot of elevation. Going to be another hot one tomorrow. I'm excited to see this ballpark under the sunshine tomorrow. So we're going to try to get some sleep. Again, 1 p.m. local time here in Arizona, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk to you right here on the Firefighters YouTube channel tomorrow afternoon.
That sounds like a plan. Our director tonight has been Alex Gross. The wonderful Mohawk Mike is our producer. That's what he legally is called, by the way. Garrett DeClue is the guy calling the shots down on the field for the show. It's Brett Loftus, Michael Schwartz down the sidelines. I'm Zach Staten. Brett, your team won it. You get to sign us off. Gator up! See you tomorrow.